Ooh.
Because at least we don't have to edit this together very much. Not as much as usual, anyway. Because it's all one thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Woo! You guys had a good day?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've done all sorts.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing prop work, so
Oh, what you building?
I've started putting filler on the big sword, so
Oh, big sword.
a lot of filler.
Yeah.
And I'm working on. Well, I've just done like the base paint job for one of the Cyberpunk handguns,
Oh, cool.
which has came out really quite well actually. I've just got to sort out the red on the handle pretty much and put in some sort of fake lights, and that'll be done.
Cool.
Cool. LEDs? Huh?
Ah.
So I was going to go big on this, but when I put it all together, I actually realized the print is about 10 to 15% too small. Like it's noticeably the wrong size in my hand.
Oh.
So if I redo it, I will make it maybe 15% bigger and then do some proper work with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gun, like, so in the game, the gun actually has a moving mechanism as well. And I don't know if that's doable.
I think I might be asking a bit much.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
Yeah.
a pretty heavy task.
I was thinking about it, but like, so just how a normal handgun, I don't know what you call it, like the rail on the top pings backwards.
Yeah.
The slide.
Yeah. On this, it's only like the back third of the gun, but inside that back third that moves backwards, there is a cylinder that spins 180 degrees.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. And then that cylinder has two LEDs in the back of it as well.
Well, I can do that.
Yeah, I was like, the two cylinder LEDs will be easy. But I was like, can we make this go backwards and spin? Because the model I've got's got space for ammunition. The ammunition can slide all the way through, and then it can go all the way through the barrel. I don't know why, but this is like very close to. You could probably put some Nerf things inside it and make it fire. So it's very detailed, have to admit.
Awesome.
But it's just a bit small, so I was like, oh, I'm just going to paint it for the sake of painting it.
I've been playing with this Raspberry Pi pretty much all day. It's been real fun.
Have you made
What have you
it
been
like a
doing?
ROM machine?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Is there any surprise?
Look, I'm tiny here.
Oh, you're on a Pi Zero.
There goes half. Yeah, I'm using a zero. I'm just doing it for Michelle. And I'm going to have it stuck to the back of the TV.
I've been wanting to do something with one of those because they're just tiny.
It's so small. It's ridiculous.
I got this for Christmas. Still haven't opened it.
That's what my one looks like. It looks a bit bigger. What one is that?
I bought one of them.
3.
B plus.
A plus.
Ooh.
I don't know what RAM that is. That's all like RAM dependent and stuff. Is weird.
That is so useful.
And your controller is bigger than your machine.
No, it's a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, they are so cool. Those. Where did you get that from?
A tenner on Amazon.
Really?
It's wireless.
That's
it's
pretty cool.
got a rechargeable battery.
So there was a dongle in the thing that I saw.
Um,
For it, is that the like it's Bluetooth or something, a wireless dongle?
Yeah, that one's the power. Which actually I got this little cool thing, which is like a mid breaker, so you have a switch to turn it on and off.
Oh.
So you can leave it plugged in all the time. And then this is just a 1 to 4 a micro USB to the regular USB. So then that's
the little
that's
thing.
the dongle, and then that is for a SNES controller that I've got plugged in.
I need you to help me with something maybe though, Chris.
Yes.
I'm going to put a picture in the group, and I think you will understand what I need done, if it's even possible.
I was like, a message, what's that?
Yeah. It's not good, mate. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not very pretty.
Yeah, that's easy.
I don't know why it's like it. There weren't no batteries in it, but obviously that controller's been sitting there for a long time.
Guitar Hero guitar, is it?
Yeah, that's easy.
It's the Rock Band 4 guitar, so I don't normally use it because it has like a legacy adapter or some other crap.
To be honest, you may even have the tools to do it. You've got a Dremel, haven't you?
Yeah, but the problem is everything's rusted and just snapping.
Oh, it's literally to the point it's snapping.
Yeah. If you zoom in on the right-hand side, that part of it broke away.
Oh, shit. I was going to say, because you can grind away the rust usually.
Yeah, and I think these are too far gone. My question was going to be, is it that bad to replace something like that?
No, you can replace them. It'd just be a case of finding... I wonder if the Game Boy terminals would fit that, actually.
Because it looks like you can just pull out those
Yeah,
little.
if you can get them out and get them the measurements of how what they measure, I can.
I'll have a look. Try not to break them in half while I
Yeah.
remove them. That's the bit I'm worried about. But
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just digging through stuff.
they look very similar to Game Boy terminals, so I've got a shit ton of them.
yeah,
Failing that, it's 1.3 volts. I guess you could get away with putting a rechargeable battery pack in it, just wiring it straight on, and then just plugging that into USB.
see, because there's a. I don't know if you in the picture here. There's a micro USB above it,
Yeah.
and I don't remember what that does
No, I don't know. I've not seen that before.
because I've not seen that in one of these controllers in a long time.
No.
So, but yeah, I was just digging out all my old kit because I busted out more. I got a couple more Guitar Hero games.
Yeah, I did
Um,
see on Facebook
Yeah,
or somewhere.
it turns out I still have files for some of them on my 360,
Oh no! Why?
which is quite good. Like I had like one of them fully completed. I was like, wow.
I've needed something to put the games on for the ROM, and I've been hunting around, and I remember I had this pen that I made. I'm gonna like tidy it up so it's not just scribbled on,
Oh,
Really?
hell yeah.
and then I'm gonna hold all the games on a memory card.
That's awesome.
So I just plug that into the side of the TV.
That's
cool.
very cool.
Have you?
Yeah, I do have a lot of those memory cards if you want any more donations.
And if you've got any like USB sticks or any memory cards that are like really small that you don't need,
I tend to use all the ones I've got.
fair enough.
I've got a small screen here you can use for anything.
What the fuck is that from?
That's
That's a
the,
DS.
yes, that's where I got the little Nintendo on the back of my laptop.
sacrifices one.
Yeah.
You
Well,
wanna
I was like, I was just looking at it. I was like, oh, I'll just start peeling the shell off that. I don't know why. I don't even know.
Because- So to get that Nintendo, you destroyed.
No, I was just peeling it away because I was bored, and then I noticed the Nintendo was a little sticker. I thought, oh,
All right,
I'll peel that off.
I thought that's the destruction from
Oh, no.
trying to get the sticker off. I was like, fucking
The
hell.
little sticker that was across here.
So if you can somehow peel the apple off the other part,
Yeah, I don't want to
We'll go
see
with
I don't want to look at the iPad afterwards if that's how it turns out. I mean the Mac. Sorry.
My Mac is now awesome because it's an Apple Nintendo.
Well, they're very.
are you
rare.
ready for the what is it, the NDA or whatever it is? You're done, mate. They're coming around. They're on their way.
Both companies, yeah. I'm
It's been
screwed.
repossessed already.
I've got another one here. Wait for it. Look, I can add one of these. I've got a shit ton of these. You can actually bolt this in.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of those, so I don't think I need any more. They got a
Great.
little thing on the back of them, a little stick.
Yeah, you screw.
Yeah.
They screw in.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that to my Mac.
Oh,
No.
Put it over the camera. Yeah.
what drill?
I've got a friend and she hot glues things to the front of her monitor.
Oh,
I
God.
died of hilarity when I heard that.
I'd die of frustration.
She was
I
like,
was
"Yeah, I
gonna
got
ask-
like Kinder Egg toys and stuff." I'm like, "How do you attach them to your PC monitor?" Like, she's like, "Oh, I just hot glue them on the front." And I was like, "How did you paint it?" "Oh, I just spray painted it." I was like, "Wow."
I was going to ask actually. I wanted to see if it would be possible to get two tiny little L-shaped brackets to put on the inside of my glasses, one there and one there, so I could kind of hook it over my bridge.
Ooh,
Just so
very, very
so
doable.
Oh, you
it would
broken
have a
them.
little open bit at the bottom with a little hook, so it would just kind of hook on, and so I could push it back and hook it off again.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not too difficult.
No,
It's just the dimensions of it that sounds
Yeah.
like they'll need to be very precise.
exactly. Yeah.
Like for
Don't
for a head start, at least you'll know the width of the bar.
Yes.
That'll be a given immediately.
yeah.
I know just how far out it's got to go, really. isn't it?
Then kind of trying to think of the shape. Because it'll have to be a sort of shape where, because it might tilt, it might pull itself down. I think it's doable.
yeah.
Very, very, very tiny, intricate piece.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to
It's
think,
just-
can it be printed in like one shot?
Oh God, print. I wasn't even thinking 3D print. I thought just a little small metal bracket, but no, if you could.
Nah, I'd gone one
Oh.
step ahead. I was already like, can I 3D print this?
The thing is, if you could 3D print it, then that would be amazing because you could probably mass produce that. And
Yeah,
think
it's
that'd
what I
be
mean,
quite
and it
popular.
would take minutes to make
Yeah,
them.
it would
Yeah.
be tiny.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
yeah. I'll have to get onto you about that. I have to do like some
I-
proper measurements.
Yeah, I'd have to learn a proper program, I think, as well to shape that. That seems like, because the thing I play around with at the minute only does like basic shapes, and that seems to me I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know kind of what shape to describe it as. I could draw it, what I've got in mind, and
Yeah.
that's an idea though.
Tis indeed. Right, so shall we start?
Yes, I put me do that on. Microphone. Recording. Yay. Right. It's all good.
Left mine on ages ago, just in case.
What's that? The Audacity?
Yeah, I just get force habit now and just set everything up.
Oh, okay, let's see. 1, 2. Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Sweet.
Dreams are made of the... Sorry.
I was like, what?
No, I wasn't. I just wasn't indulging.
I got it halfway
Ignore the
through.
boy in the corner and he will go away.
I'm just not biting.
Ignore the strange boy.
That goes for all of us then. Right, y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Do we... Yeah. 1 second. What do we do? Okay, right. Hello and welcome to episode 19. I had to look at my phone just to clarify which episode we are actually on of Got Any More Pixels. I'm here with Chris and Sean.
Hey.
full of enthusiasm and willingness to be a part.
At least I know, I said hello.
Yeah, that's true. Sure.
Don't tell me what to do. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen. Today we are discussing bad level designs. It kind of branched off from an idea that I had for about worst water levels that you could imagine.
All of them.
Yeah, exactly. So we thought, well, that's a bit too easy. We'll go with bad mechanics and bad levels. But I did want to start off by asking you guys, what have you been playing recently?
Who's going first?
You can.
I can. So this week, I'm still cyberpunking pretty hard, have to admit. I'm really close to finishing some bits up. I've been doing some extra endings and stuff, so I've been wanting to do those. The different endings are actually really good, so I'm very pleased I went through with it. They are all very different.
That's awesome.
Without giving any spoilers, they're actually well worth pursuing, I think.
Okay.
For once.
Did you say you were 3D printing a gun as well?
Yeah, so I finished the katana last week.
It does look cool.
I will probably post pictures of the handgun, which is Johnny Silverhand's custom handgun from the game. And then I'm in the middle of 3D printing another gun, but I won't say what it is because of spoilers.
Ooh.
Ooh la la.
It's a minor spoiler, but I guess it is one, so I wouldn't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But it's related to Silverhand again anyway. So
Fair enough.
yeah, I'm full on the cyberpunk train. Then I got some Guitar Hero games. So I'm playing Guitar Hero again. At the minute, Warriors of Rock.
Kind of sucks that you can't play it on your Xbox One.
Yeah,
that was
really annoying.
That was frustrating. I should have looked, but it's just a little bit disappointing.
You'd think, but it's one of those things. You'd think it would be compatible.
Exactly.
Yep.
You
licensing.
Yeah, you wouldn't think about looking. I wouldn't have ever thought of looking.
So, to my knowledge, that's why Guitar Hero Live is completely, or whatever it is, whatever the newest Guitar Hero was, is completely different. And that's probably why Rock Band 4 is different than anything else with an old school controller or a weird controller. I was trying to think of games with strange third-party peripherals. Maybe something like Buzz. I bet that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Because it's got those little controllers. I bet that just doesn't work on Xbox One. So
I'll have to try that on the PS4 actually. So I've got that upstairs somewhere for the PlayStation.
I don't know if that's any different with that, but it's definitely different on Xbox.
Yeah, because Xbox runs the 360 as an emulator, doesn't it, rather than an actual game?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I don't normally get the Xbox out, so
No, Xbox uses an emulator, built-in emulator, to run 360 and Xbox OG games. I'm pretty sure.
that sounds about right. Considering it's pretty much is the Xbox One like Windows architecture as well,
I believe so. Yeah.
because the PS4 wasn't like. They've moved on to a similar sort of typing where they
Yeah.
can backwards compatible now, but
Mm.
yeah, the Xbox is like a sideways PC sort of thing.
Yeah.
My knowledge.
I remember PlayStation 3. I'm pretty sure that uses emulation for PS1 games.
Well, there's only certain PS3s that can run old games.
Yeah.
Not
And
all of them
that's
can.
only the original PS3s as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they could all run PS1 games, but not PS2.
No, I'm pretty sure the PS2 emulation was limited on that, and then
Yeah,
the ability to do it was removed.
PS2 was only on the 60 gig or the 80 gig of the first batch. That was like a unique selling point of it, but it wasn't meant to be very good anyway.
No, probably not. The Xbox Series X can do all those emulations quite well, it seems.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Cyberpunk, Guitar Hero, and then I've been looking at my list of games for this thing I want to do. So
cool.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Should be. I've just added some new games, so.
I did see you put the list stuff, and I was like, "Oh, look, there's a few."
I
on
have
there
added 3 games. 2 of them I'll talk about at the end of the news, unless you talk about them.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, Chris?
I've been playing Zelda, believe it or not.
Shock.
Age of
Horror. Shock.
Horror.
Age of Calamity. I'm still working on that. That's been my daily.
You're not done yet.
It's such a big game. Like I thought I thought I had finished basically, and I thought I just had one mission left. I was literally on it just before we got started, and then you can go to your overall progress, and I'm like 40%. It's like Breath of the Wild. You just don't. It never ends, which is good. But I've probably done about 150 different missions at least, and I'm 40% through.
See, this is why I can't get on with like Dynasty Warriors style games, because I'm guessing that's as closest parallel.
Kind of that's so with Breath of the Wild, it was different because there was loads of different things to do, whereas this it's more or less the same thing, just with different characters.
Yeah,
like there'll be a set scenario and it'll be defeat 1,000 enemies or something like that. Which is just button bashing essentially, but yeah, I'm getting through it. I'm going to 100% it, so I just be another one to tick off my list. Ocarina, obviously, I've been streaming, and Star Fox, but that's about it, really.
Cool. I want to see you doing some more Star Fox.
Yeah, I'm learning the routes. I joined the Star Fox Speedrun Discord group the other day, and I just put a thing in there being like, to introduce myself and to the people, try and make some new friends in there. And the guy called Lila R, who's like the top guy. He's got any percent records, and he's like the best of the best. And bless him, he commented back and sent me a link to a guide and said if I needed any help, he'd help me out and all this sort of stuff.
Damn it! That is what the speedrunning community is good for.
I was going to say, is that a nice gaming community?
You'd never get that with Zelda.
Does that exist?
Like, when I started in the Ocarina community, they were lovely, and then everyone, and I can't actually think of an example of someone who hasn't. As soon as they've got to be a top runner, they've gone right up their arse, and they're like, "You're not in their group. You're not good enough," kind of situation.
For shame.
Oh, you want to see some toxicity? Play Rocket League.
Oh god!
Mid-match toxicity when a car stops rolling around, someone's got the keyboard out. It's hilarious.
Oh, I've actually played a bit of Rocket League. Actually, I downloaded that for the Switch because it was free.
Yes, it's now free. It's now free to play on all platforms.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw
Violet was playing that around my sister-in-law's, so I might get that for her.
You
love Rocket League.
What I don't get is like Argos and CX and Game and that are still selling it.
Yeah.
How is that?
That's amazing.
But I'm pretty sure they're still selling like Destiny 1 as well.
Is that there? But that's not free, is it?
So part of Destiny's free, I think. For example,
okay.
I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 or what, but something of it is free, I'm sure.
Oh, fair enough. Saying that, I think they sold Fortnite on cartridge, didn't they, for Switch and things like that. And that's a free game.
What?
Yep.
Madness.
But then if we were saying the same sort of situation where it was a Zelda game and it was free, I would still buy it to have the solid copy.
There you
know
go.
full well I would. So it's just
There you
hardcore.
go.
It's hardcore fans for you. Oh dear. I've yet to play Little Nightmares, but I've downloaded it so I can play it when I get around to it.
Apparently I've just been notified that the second one is has a free trial on PlayStation at the moment.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for this second one on YouTube and one of the adverts. And it was the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, it looks really good. I don't even know what
really
it's
does.
about, but it looks like a really cool game.
It's really quite awesome.
It'll be my next game to go on to after I've finished Major Calamity, definitely.
Very cool.
Have you had a chance to do anything?
I have actually. Sorry, I was
Ooh.
just downloading Rocket League to my Switch, so I didn't forget. What have I been playing? About half an hour before we started recording, I started on Worms 3D.
Yeah.
For the Cube. Weirdly enough, I was looking around thinking, oh crap, I don't have a GameCube set up here. For completely forgetting that there is one just like right here. But fortunately, you okay?
Yeah, Daddy, I'm just hungry.
Can you go and bother Mummy about that?
But you're the only one near the kitchen.
Yeah, but I'm kind of busy right now. Go away.
Hey!
Grab some crisps if you want some, okay?
What?
Grab some crisps if you want. Don't move the computer. Bye then. Bye then. Grab some crisps if you want some. If not, go bother Mummy.
What?
Go bother your mother. Sorry about that.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Rufio's he's asleep, isn't he?
No, he's not asleep, he's awake.
Oh, okay. Well, don't bother him. Child. Right. You may have to do a little bit of editing, Chris.
Yeah. Bless her. She's
Yeah.
fine.
So, where was I? Oh, yeah, Worms 3D. I was playing Worms 3D about half an hour before we started recording this, forgetting completely that I had my GameCube here. I fortunately the other day set up my Wii over there because Emily wanted to introduce Violet to Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
Absolutely loves it. And I was thinking, wait, the Wii does? Yeah, it's got the controller ports in the top.
Yeah, play GameCube games.
I was a bit apprehensive about putting the disc in. And I thought, no, it's got the Cube controller ports, you know. So
Yeah, it's like, this is a big disc slot.
Exactly. It was
Just
a
sort
bit-
of like, how is
bit
it going to
scary.
find where to go? But it just does.
Tiny bit scary, but yeah, I started playing that, and it's unfortunately not as good as I thought it was.
Oh.
Yeah, I only played like one really short game of it, but
Mm.
the depth perception on it isn't fantastic.
Mm.
It's all a bit mashed together. It looks like kind of not a lot of love was put into it, unfortunately.
Mm.
Oh.
But not to worry, I have been playing more Lion King as well, because it just is awesome.
Mm.
Hang on. Sorry, they're just gonna... Guys, can you keep it quiet? Yeah, I can hear you.
Busted.
Yeah, guys, I can hear you. Can you keep it quiet, please?
Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah, the Lion King with the rewind function is absolutely priceless.
Yeah, I bet.
I did actually delve into a more modern game. Having played Battlefield 1942 recently, I downloaded Battlefield 1. I don't know how modern that is,
Whoa,
but it's
that's-
only
that's-
like
Yeah, fairly.
it was only
Yeah.
like a $5 on the PlayStation. So I thought, okay, I'll nick that. And yeah, it's actually I'm really not very good at shooting games, especially if I don't have a mouse.
Yep. They're difficult on console.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes a lot
it's-
getting used to.
It is rather difficult, but it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm quite happy to say that I've kind of dipping my feet into the modern realm of shoot 'em ups.
You'll be on Call of Duty next.
And here's
Oh,
me going
hell no.
backwards.
I downloaded the what is it? The latest, was it Warzone?
Yeah,
Because it was free to play. You know, if you're offline.
Yeah.
And through the trial, like setting up of teaching you what to do and stuff, the AI was slaughtering me. So it's like, okay, I'm getting rid of that. Give me GoldenEye any day, but anything that actually takes a lot of like skill, nah, I'm out.
Oh dear.
Aw.
Right, so Mr. Newsman, would you like to fill us in on a little bit of news?
A little bit. I got a lot of these.
I've got quite a bit of news actually.
Have
today.
you got the folder open?
I have actually got the file open. And
We
get
don't
this.
need any lift music for the interlude.
No, not today. We don't.
Brilliant.
So yeah, I've got a fair bit. Uncharted. I may have even said this before, but they're making an Uncharted movie.
Tom
You know,
Holland.
I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but yeah, Uncharted movie and an HBO series of The Last of Us is also being planned.
That sounds pretty good.
I prefer things being on TV series a lot of the time these days. I have to admit, like the extra length you get out of a TV series often helps.
Yeah. The Uncharted film will star Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg and is set to release this year after it started development in early 2008. So it's been in production for a long time. Last of Us HBO series is yet to announce a release date or remain cast, but it has confirmed that the composer Gustavo Santaella, something I can't say.
You didn't even have to try and pronounce his name. You were just trying to give yourself something difficult to do.
Yep.
You could have just said the director.
Challenge yourself every day. There you go. Yeah, basically it's the same. It's the same composer who did the games. It's going to do the film. That's all I was trying to say. But oh dear. Next, Cyberpunk news. Cyberpunk creator, I believe it is, CD Projekt Red or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm right so far. This is good.
You can read.
They've released a apology video, basically saying that they've kind of
Just saying that kind of reminds me of the South Park. We're sorry.
it's basically an
Yep.
apology explaining the chief reasons for the game's notoriously choppy performance.
Yeah, there's like a roadmap as well, isn't there, of kind of like their plans.
Okay.
Yeah, so it turns out, for example, you're not even going to be able to get the PS5 enhanced version until the second half of this year,
Oh shit.
which
I
is,
gotta redo it.
which is a long time. Like,
Yeah. After
no, the thing is,
initial release.
it runs better on the PS5, obviously, and the
Mm.
Series X. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying it's last gen consoles, so yeah, they're implying Xbox
Yeah,
One,
it is
PS4.
struggling on PS4s.
Yeah, so that's yeah. They're trying to find a we're trying to find a less taxing way hardware wise to load a large city environment. So that's going to keep
The
them busy.
game's very detailed.
Mm.
Like, honestly, I can just tell that the times mine crashes is just RAM.
Yeah.
Like, it's just got too much stuff in the RAM, and it just goes, nah, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, and it's trying to load more on top of that,
Yep.
and then it's just like, oh no, too much.
It just goes, nah, better crash.
Oh dear. We've got a new Pokemon Go community day for anyone who is actually still playing Pokemon Go.
Wow.
It's still going.
That's insane.
So we're gonna have it's gonna be the Kanto Tour event, which I assuming is gonna mean we get all of the Kanto Pokemon back for a while, which would actually be handy because I only need like 2, and then I've got everything. Pokemon native to the Hoenn region will appear more commonly, and is it called Sinnoh? Sinnoh. The Sinnoh celebration event will begin Tuesday the 12th of January and run until 17th of January, 8 p.m. local time. Boosted spawns for Tricos, Torchics, Mudkips, Talos, Loudreds, and Nosepass. 5K.
That just sounded like a completely foreign language to
Yeah.
me.
You just made all that up.
Yeah.
Also boosted spawns for Arons, Meditites, Rosaline, I can't say it.
Roselia.
Roselia, Caravana.
Is that the noise your computer makes every time you get the Pokemon name right?
Yeah. No, it's NordVPN saying renew your subscription, and I get it about 20 times a fucking day.
Why don't you just renew your subscription?
Or uninstall it.
Yeah.
I need to uninstall it. And yeah, there's some new raids coming back. Groudon and Kyogre is coming back.
Yeah.
Nothing amazing there really.
Yeah, still surprisingly popular.
But yeah, they're still going with community days. Community days used to be really good because they always had a shiny on a community day. And they did actually bring people together quite well because you'd go to, like, I know I used to go to Woodbridge quite a lot for mine with Michelle, and there was like a little group that would be going around and you'd hang out with them. If anyone needed a charger, someone had a battery pack and they'd lend you it. It was really good. There was like random people and they would just give you a battery pack to fuck off with and come back later. They were so trusting, and it's a really good little community you had going on. And then they'd like arrange to like meet up for like a coffee and lunch or something halfway through, and then it'd be a pretty cool day out.
That's pretty awesome.
It's nice like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite nice that people I don't know half. I knew some of them, but like half of them I've never even seen them in my life. But they give you like a £50 battery pack to just take away with you and trust you with it. It's really, really kind of them.
Yeah.
Another lovely gaming community. This is
really
just unheard of.
Yeah. I don't think it's quite so much like that now. I know the Ipswich community wasn't quite so nice like that.
No, they'll probably just stab you.
Yeah,
Take your battery pack.
Yeah. And your clothes.
They probably take your fucking phone. Yeah, that's
hilarious.
Oh no, that's not my news. I've got one more story.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right, Codemaster, the manufacturer of games that
You get a new Toka touring car game.
Didn't they
among
make?
others.
Didn't they make Micro Machines?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Second, while I'm on the topic, do you know the Micro Machines out on PlayStation 4?
If it's the one that I'm thinking about, it was absolutely terrible.
I don't know. It was like £25. I saw it when I was doing the research, and I was like, I've made a note. Remind Ben.
Micro Machines.
Anyway,
Right.
so EA tried to take over Codemaster recently.
EA, bugger off.
Yeah, it gets better. So yeah, basically EA tried to take over Codemaster. It was a fight between Take-Two and EA. Take-Two are an umbrella company who own Rockstar, 2K, which does the Borderlands games, and a private division which does loads of indie games. It was between them and EA. Take-Two offered $1 billion for the UK game publisher, and then stepped away from it at the last minute, which has left EA to jump in with a £994 million or dollar, thing to secure the thing. So yeah, EA is now going to be owning Codemaster. So fortunately, I did check what games they have, and there's not a huge amount, because immediately when I saw EA had got it, I was like, that's just a disaster.
Yeah, all those franchises are now dead.
Yeah, because if looking at it the other way, if the other company had got it, we would have lost Rockstar, 2K, and this other one, which doesn't really matter, but Rockstar and 2K would have suffered and got like all the EA like downloadable content shit. That would have been a massive blow to the games industry if we lost those two companies.
True.
But yeah, we're losing Codemasters essentially. So the only games that they had that were like significant were the Grid series, which are racing games, and Dirt Rally and Micro Machines. So it's racing games primarily there. Yeah, because they're niche. So for people who like racing games, that's a bit of bad news. But for everyone else, nobody really cares.
EA still might carry them on though.
They'll carry them on, but they're just going to make them
destroy
all about.
them. They'll run them into the ground.
Yeah, they'll keep them going because they've no doubt bought the company with the rights of the games.
Yeah.
But I just know it's going to be like they'll, I don't know, to the extent where they're going to like do 2 laps and then pay for fuel or something.
You're saying you want microtransactions with your Micro Machines? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. Like you get the car, or if you pre-order it and get the deluxe edition, you get the car
get the wheels as well.
Yeah.
You get a sick wheel.
I wouldn't honestly surprise me if they did charge you for fuel for using the car.
Collector's edition comes with 6 months worth of petrol.
And a little flag for the top of the car.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh, no. But yeah, I was watching a video briefly before this about scalpers who get like fucked over by buying loads of stuff in and then they're not actually selling well and then just like messing it up. And Halo 2 was mentioned. Apparently, loads of them bought. It's one of the first games that Microsoft said would be a limited edition Steelbook edition. And they just saw the word as limited edition, and loads of them rushed in and bought it for like £100 or whatever it was at the time. And it turns out that they made more copies of the Steelbook than they did the regular edition.
This has happened before.
I have to admit, I've only ever seen Steelbook versions of that game.
Yeah, Ben's got like 2 or 3 regular ones.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen a regular one.
Yeah, and yeah, so these people would all had done that. They'd put them all on eBay for like a massive markup back then in the day. And then it turned out you could go and buy the, then it turned out that if the people who had waited and bought the regular edition could sell it for higher prices than what they were upselling the Steelbook. So they basically just screwed themselves over and lost a load of money.
Mad.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
I love it when that happens.
Equally with the PlayStation 2, they bulked in and bought, when the PlayStation 2 was first announced, they were actually really expensive when they first came out. They were like £200, £250.
Yeah, but you think DVD players at that time, I think
guess,
they cost
yeah.
about the same amount. And
Yeah, I
plus you're
guess.
getting the console on top.
True. But they like
And that's why the Xbox failed so badly, because
'cause it
you
didn't
had to
have
pay 30 quid for the
DVD add-on.
yeah, for just for the remote,
Yeah,
which
for
is
the
the only
remote.
way you could use it.
Yeah.
But that was to pay for the licenses to play films on your
Yeah, it's
Xbox.
crazy. But the first edition of the PlayStation was the one that they all rushed in and bought. And then in the process of making it, Sony had outsourced the manufacturing to whoever basically they could get to do it the cheapest because they wanted a mass production. And that's the reason why the first lot of PlayStation 2s are renowned for being faulty. And it was to the point of them being so faulty that like Walmart and Toys R Us opened on Boxing Day purely just to take PlayStation 2s back.
Ah, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I
So these
think I
guys-
learned a lot of this from Larry,
Yeah, that was the guy I watched it from. Yeah.
which is
And-
actually my boss's brother.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, he basically was saying, as you know, then that there was like, essentially they just had bits of plastic on their hands that they'd paid £200-300 for, and they couldn't give away, let alone. And then not only that, if they were smart enough to take them back, they had to remember who's bought what where, and if they had the receipts, and then they had to try and get around that you're only allowed to buy one. So they were just completely fucked. So
Fantastic.
it's brilliant. But yeah.
I recommend that video. I'll put a link in the show notes for that video because it's definitely worth watching.
I've been watching a lot of his videos recently, and to be fair, any of the fact series he's done, they're just brilliant.
Yeah.
They're really obscure stuff that you wouldn't find online. That's what I find interesting.
There's like ones why the same game was released for the same system.
Yeah.
And it's crazy things like that.
Yeah. He's very, very unique. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's very, very good and very unique and very entertaining. So yeah, definitely give him a watch. Right. That's all my news.
Mr. Quizman, give us your news.
Yeah, 2 tiny little bits. So Scott Pilgrim has made its way to the next generation. It's now out on PS4 and Switch and some other places as of a few days ago, I think, when we're recording this.
Ooh.
Before, it was just stuck to 360 and PS3. Don't know if any of you guys have played it. It's a side-scrolling.
I didn't realize it was that old. It's like a 16-bit thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Everyone's been asking for it to be re-released, like for a long time, apparently.
Wow.
I know, tell a lie. The release date for the Switch was today.
Ooh.
Woo! Today being the 14th, people. This probably won't release for the 21st or something. So.
I think the page on the PlayStation website was a couple of days older, but yeah, so you can now get Scott Pilgrim on. I think it's on like everything now. I think they just pushed it forward and they put the DLC with it as well, so that's bundled in.
Very cool.
That's quite a sort of cult-ish favorite. It's got a bit of a fan base considering, and that's why people were clamoring for it. But it's only like £12 on Switch and £12 on PS4. So
Okay.
That's
it's gonna-
very reasonable price.
yeah, exactly, and that's going to get added to my list of games to finish. So especially
Hey.
at £12, I can't complain at that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll be getting onto that. And the other one is new Pokemon Snap got a release date.
Yeah.
Yes, and yeah, I saw the picture.
I was hoping that you guys would mention that.
Yeah, no way. Because again, that's made it to my list now that we've got a date for it. I'm like, yes,
What is
You're
the
on the
date
list.
for it?
30th of
14th.
April.
Oh,
Oh, it's
30th,
fairly
was it?
soon then.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be tail end of the year, but that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's what, 3.5 months?
Oh wow. Are there? See? I've also seen they're bringing Pokemon Red to Switch. Is that
Oh,
true?
really?
Well, they're on 3DS. Red, blue, and yellow are on there as a virtual console thing. So
But not as a cartridge, because
no, you can get the code in a box.
Oh, is that what the?
exists.
Oh, okay. Because I saw the Pokemon Snap like concept art with Pichu on the box. Is that the same one?
I'm not sure.
And next to it they had, because it said new Pokemon games coming to Switch, and it had that, and then next to it had Pokemon Red. You know, like it put like a Switch case box design.
Interesting. I know there's we're getting an old school Pokemon game this year, like a re-release. I can't
Yeah.
remember if it's been confirmed that it'll be Diamond and Pearl.
Okay. Yeah, but that makes
That's
sense.
obviously on the rumor mill because we've had other stuff. I think I can't quite remember what it
Yeah,
was.
following
exactly.
the timeline, you've had re-releases up to that point, haven't you?
Yeah, because Ruby and
last-
Sapphire have
yeah.
had theirs.
That's the last one. Unless you get an
Yeah.
Emerald, maybe, but I don't know if we will.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think we did get Crystal, and obviously we got Yellow.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Emerald would have released it already if it was
Yeah,
going
true. It's
to.
the same storyline as Ruby
Yeah,
and Sapphire,
pretty
really,
much.
isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, those were my two pieces to add on the end of that.
Very good.
Just new stuff.
Very cool.
Very good.
Cool. I'm surprised you guys didn't mention Bowser's Fury and the new Mario 3D one.
I saw it today, but I'm not all that clued up on it.
No, I did see on my like list of things that I could pick from about the new.
Because everybody was wondering what the hell Bowser's Fury was.
Hmm.
And you team up with Bowser Jr. to defeat Bowser.
Oh. Is
Yeah.
it a whole? Is it like a standalone game?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Bowser looks absolutely amazing in it.
Yep.
And he kind of throws spikes on some levels that add to the terrain that you can jump on. And on the advert, apparently one of the final bosses is, because Bowser's just gigantic, you are a giant Mario cat. You know, cat uniform Mario, but giant.
The
Yeah.
Tanuki thing, whatever it is.
No, the
No, it's an actual cat. It
Oh,
can run
okay,
like
I-
trees.
yeah,
Okay,
not
I've
the
clearly
Tanuki.
not played whatever that is.
And they're bringing out new amiibos for it as well. Cat Mario and Cat Peach, which should give you extra power-ups in the game. Which
Oh, Bowser looks amazing. Yeah, I just
yeah,
see
he
him.
really does.
He looks
so
proper evil, doesn't he?
Pretty much Godzilla, isn't he?
good. Yeah, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah. We're not racist. Um,
There goes any of our Japanese fans.
I don't think that we had any anyway. So
No, I think we're safe.
I finally watched the advert for the Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
No.
No, it does look absolutely amazing.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah, you get these wristbands that have like NFC chips in them, so you can interact with some of the things. And if you interact with 3 different things, you can go on to the fight to fight Bowser.
Oh, I haven't seen
And
it.
there's a really cool underground maze level that looks like underground Mario levels. And at one point, you go through a long corridor, and the blocks get bigger, so they make you look smaller, like you're shrunk. And it just looks so cool. And there's lights in between the blocks and everything that just shine everywhere. It does look so
Sounds
cool.
good.
I was sold when I watched the initial bit where Shigeru Miyamoto was showing it off, and he walks through the warp pipe and it goes gluk gluk gluk
Yeah,
gluk and makes
yeah.
the warp pipe noise. And I was just like, don't care what else there is, I'm going.
Sold.
They are going to open like
I'll have to
3
watch
in
that.
America, I think. They haven't got any plans to open any anywhere else. But
Is
I
it
mean,
not? Oh, I thought it was in Japan.
this is in Japan.
Yeah,
This-
yeah, okay.
This is
Oh,
opening like this month, I think, or next month. I can't remember.
oh,
when it
that's what
was
you
now.
mean. But they're planning some in America. That
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah,
but it's at Universal Studios, and I don't think there are any others apart from in Japan and America.
yeah. Mm.
Because if it was like Disney, then that would make sense that they could have one in France as well, but it's not. It's Universal.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they do have a massive Bowser Castle that has go-karts in it as well.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's got, when you're lining up, part of the lineup to get into the go-karting area, it's got all the trophies that you can get on like Mario Kart games, and they look so cool.
Oh.
Yeah. And they've got some really cool merchandise as well that's only available at that shop, like the touristy shop there. They had this little Mario figurine. It was only a couple of inches tall, and it has a shell behind it. And as you push the shell or push Mario, the little wheel underneath the shell that you can't really see, it makes Mario walk, like mechanically walk. It's not battery powered or anything. It is just the wheel turning it, but it looks absolutely incredible. And they have these giant star, like the invincibility star, that you can hook around your neck. It's about half a foot wide or something like that, and it's just popcorn in it. And
I did
was
not
just
expect that.
No,
I was like,
no.
is this just new street bling?
But weirdly enough, they got two flavors of popcorn. One was what was it? Mushroom flavored, and then there was caramel peach flavor. And that's all he says. And it's like, I want to know more. What's going on there? Mushroom flavored popcorn.
Yeah. No?
No,
No, I don't think so.
exactly.
Yeah, I'll give that one a miss.
Yeah, precisely. Couple of more things. Not that I really know, but it came up on my Facebook. Hogwarts Legacy has been delayed till next year.
Yeah, saw that.
It's an open world RPG type thing. If you're into Harry Potter, it looks pretty good. Open world Harry Potter, always good fun. I don't know.
It's a bit late to the market though, isn't it? Because kind of Harry Potter's kind of been and gone.
You're not ready
Yeah.
for the Harry Potter Battle Royale. Everyone's just flying around on broomsticks shooting.
Trying to grab the snitch.
Yeah, it just turns out there's one of them floating around as well. It's just a massive free-for-all on a Quidditch field. You can blow each other up.
Have you heard of Constantin Lietard? Some guy that is making it possible to play Pokemon Red through his Twitter avatar.
I have seen this, but I didn't look into it, yes.
It's just basically his avatar changes, refreshes every 15 seconds, and whatever the most popular input within the game that people have put on his Twitter page gets input into the game, and it changes his avatar to that.
Okay.
It's like when Twitch played Pokemon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mess.
Yeah,
It was an absolute mess.
Basically, the last I heard, they'd chosen Bulbasaur and not really gotten much further than that.
They will finish that in 2030.
But you know that I don't remember who it was, but there was someone that played it with a fish.
That is what I was going to say. Is that still going, or did the fish?
I don't know, but he found a glitch in the game, that fish, didn't he? Did you not hear about that?
No.
I can't even remember what it was. It was something about duplicating rocks. And he was the first one to find it in an OG Pokemon game.
I need to look this up.
It's
Ridiculous. I knew there was a fish playing it.
It's so
He's
bizarre.
now got the world record in speedrunning.
Turns out Game Freak just turned around and go, yeah, that was the last Easter egg, but a goldfish found it. You will suck.
I love that though. All the people, like, if it's anything like the Zelda community, people will spend hours and days and weeks trying to find glitches, and then a goldfish or whatever it is beats them.
Goes, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Absolutely amazing.
That's brilliant.
Okay. Just a small fact. It took the fish approximately 3,195 hours to beat the third generation Pokemon game.
Pretty good for a fish.
As the fish swims into buttons mapped area, this activates the buttons in game. Yeah, it had like a little infrared.
Yeah, I remember that. And as it swam into it, it detected it as a button. Yeah.
Yeah. So bizarre. And people are asking, oh, that was actually a while ago, because in 2015 someone actually asked whatever happened to the fish that plays Pokemon.
I was thinking now I could do that for my snakes, but then they don't really move, so that wouldn't really work.
Also, the amount of inputs they could press at one given time.
Yeah, this is stretch across the whole street.
I'll press all the buttons.
Let's feed them a little bit more. Awesome. Okay then. So we are done with the news. Let's see who has the best or worst levels to talk about. Who wants to go first?
I don't think mine are the best. I was trying to think really hard, and I couldn't think of anything like horrendous. So I was like, am I just a really easily pleased gamer?
I must be the opposite then, because I've got quite a list. So
Yeah, I couldn't. I was looking at him going, no, it wasn't that bad, but I don't play Zelda, so.
I have only 2 of mine are Zelda, and one of them is basically says to stick up for it when you guys get bitchy about it.
I'm ready.
Let me guess, the water level from Ocarina of Time.
Yes, it is. Jeez, I knew that.
Never even done it.
But apparently on the 3DS version, there's symbols to show you. We can go
stupid.
into that more.
It's
when we
stupid.
talk about it. But okay, Sean, did you want to go with yours first then?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. So I think my list looks more like mechanics than anything. So things that just generally didn't sit very well. Where shall I kick off? I think I am going to kick
He
off.
has 2 and he's not sure where to kick off.
No. Like, I wasn't sure which way I should do it. I wasn't sure
Which
if
one?
if I should do the bad parts in the games or the bad mechanics. I'm going to go for the bad parts. One that always sticks into my mind is a place in Final Fantasy XII called the Pharos or the Pharos. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact pronunciation. The Pharos of Ridoran. It's essentially a tower that you have to climb to the top of, and at certain points in the tower, it locks away abilities on boss fights. Now, it will lock out all of your magic or all of your items or all of something else. It will completely lock away all of a particular thing.
Yeah, I'm out.
That sounds fine. That sounds all right, doesn't it?
No.
That
sounds
It
like
gets
hell on
worse. So it gets worse. In Final Fantasy XII, you only control one character.
Oh.
So you have to set up, and in this, like in 12, they didn't have pre-programmed AI. You had a gambit system, as they called it, which meant that you issued commands to the computer based on parameters. So you could set up a command that said nearest enemy, and then it would attack it, or it would be nearest enemy cast fire, or nearest enemy do this, or health below 50% use a potion, and all this sort of stuff. So you spend the entire game making all these brilliant systems up where it revives people if they're dead and heals your party if you're low health, attacks people depending on their proximity. And then every one of these boss fights locks you out of an ability that is predefined on your built-in system.
What?
So you then walk into the fight and you're like, oh wait, no wonder no one's getting rezzed. I can't use items. Which means you then have to change the gambit to make resurrection via a magic spell instead. And that was just a pain in the ass for me.
All for that one bit.
Yeah, because then you'd go to the next floor and you'd have to change it again.
Change it back, yeah.
And then you'd go to the next floor and you'd have to change it again.
They
And then
essentially do all this programming and then
because you program the AI.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that doesn't work the way I want it to anymore. The gambit system was a very unusual system. The fact that you could like teach your AI how you wanted it to fight. There was uses to it, admittedly. But in the Pharos, it wasn't fun. And in there as well was a set of teleporters. This was luckily while you had access to all of your abilities, but there was a set of teleporters that if you teleported to the wrong zone, you got ambushed like an absolute champion. I mean, like these enemies, they locked all the doors and the enemies would not stop spawning, which if I remember correctly, they cast zombie magic on you as well, which means all healing magic then hurts you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
So you got your team automatically healing you because you're
Yeah,
under
just
50
harming you.
health and they're hurting you instead. And you're like rushing to get into the menu to turn all the abilities off. And I was like, oh, thanks. And the amount of times I spawned into those rooms and just flat out died. So the Pharos at Ridoran was not fun for what I remember because, again, it was a dungeon. The floors all varied and the teleporters were an absolute nightmare. Because I played it again fairly recently.
Why?
Well, because it has an HD remaster.
Experience the
Oh.
pain in HD.
Yeah.
Did they
Oh,
change any of
we-
that?
yeah, like you could. They let you have 2 sets of the gambits, and they let you expand the job system, so you could like flick around to different things. Like they made quality of life improvements, as I put them.
Yeah.
So like make things a bit nicer. But in Final Fantasy 12 as well, there is an absolute nightmare of a boss, which I think I spoke about in a previous episode. The one that has about 50 health bars, and you can't do it in one. Well, you can do it in one sitting, but you shouldn't. You have to actually walk off, save the game, and then quit. But if you leave it on regen magic when you leave the scene, all its health comes back.
Oh fucking hell.
So that's a lovely mechanic as well.
I
So you have to
think I
make sure
remember
you
you
have to make
mentioning
sure
that
it's not
before.
got
Yeah,
regen,
like
and then
boss
you can
regen.
leave. Yep.
Oh.
The Final Fantasy 12 was a little bit of a pain in the rear.
Yeah, just a tad.
Because of the things you pre-programmed, they could lead you to get into some really hectic
Gosh.
situations that you could literally kill yourself without realizing. Good idea. Just the Pharos at Red Aran's a piece of shit. Pardon my language. Another one actually that's a pain in the ass is on World of Warcraft for me.
Hmm.
I'm a old-ish World of Warcraft player. I haven't played since Mists of Pandaria, which I don't even know how many years ago that is now, like maybe 8 or something. It's like a long time ago. But just before then, during the expansion Cataclysm, there was a raid boss fight for Deathwing. Big dragon, one of the dragon aspects. Their humans are turned into dragons, and they do other fantastic mystical stuff. But this was a boss fight where everyone else's positioning was the thing that caused you to die. And just the amount of times that people stood in the wrong spot and it caused a party wipe, you just want to throw the keyboard out the window. And I'm like, why are you doing this to us? There's a portion of the fight where you're on his back, and you have to attack like things on his back, and then this ability gets used, and you have to stand in certain zones. And if you don't, you will die.
Oh fucking hell.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that one sticking quite thingy in my mind because people just didn't seem to get it. I'm like, is everyone like, are we all in the right spots? Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll make it. No, party wipe.
Oh.
And then you have to, if I remember, that's stage 2 of the boss fight as well. Like there's a first phase.
And then you
And then
start
I
at the
think-
beginning.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
God.
that's kind of the nature with Warcraft raids. Some of them are a bit tedious, but that one always stuck in my mind because I think that's the one I probably did the most. But yeah, these tiny little circles on his back weren't very big, put it that way.
Jeez.
But again, relying on others is fantastic.
Almost as good as relying on unreliable AI.
Yeah, see what I'm running. It's like when I haven't got control over it, this is where all my problems come from. My next one though is All on Me, and I guess this is a bit of a fun mention, but Guitar Hero 3,
Yep.
Through the Fire and Flames has to be
Yeah.
because luckily it's in the credits, so you can't fail.
Oh, could you
But
imagine if that was the final
If
song?
that was there'd be about 6 people that have completed that game to this date. There would be about 6.
Wow. So can you play it any other time apart from in the credits?
Yeah, you unlock it from finishing
Yeah.
the main game.
I was
You
going to
can, like,
say,
play it in, like,
every time you have
free
to
play.
play that game and practice it, you'd have to complete the whole game over again to get to the credits.
Luckily, it's not like that.
Yeah.
That would have been a nightmare. But yeah, that song is just like, oh, thankfully, you never have to complete that song. Like, there is no song of like that crazy difficulty that you ever have to complete. A lot of games give you like a workaround.
Just seems like you'd need a Tazbot to do it or something.
Yeah,
I remember I used to find Raining Blood by Slayer annoying.
that's the other one I was about to mention. I literally just checked my Guitar Hero Greatest Hits file.
Yeah.
Everything is done on Expert except Rain and Blood,
Yeah.
and something
Damn.
else.
Because it's not only the gallop that's like way beyond what it'd be on a guitar.
Yeah.
It's when it goes to the kind of weird squealy solos
Yep.
and shit. It's
I
just,
think there's about 3 songs I haven't done on Expert. Even gotten 3 stars, I've just failed them. And Rain and Blood is
yeah, that was
always
my,
going to be one of them.
same. I was always struggling with that.
Yeah, that's my honourable mention. I guess my next ones are mechanics or sort of portions of games. The one, again, this next one I've mentioned before, but rubber banding in driving games.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I just can't deal with it anymore. I mean, like, why am I being punished for being better than the computer?
Definitely.
Like,
I can sympathise with that with the Banjo Kazooie I was recently doing.
yeah, just shoot me with a rocket or something. Don't rubber band their car so it goes 250 miles an hour and it's just
Yeah.
a Subaru. Like, I'm not buying into it just because they crashed. You know, I might have made them.
They give you a
crash,
false sense of like, oh, you're going to win, and then they're like,
Yeah.
no.
You can use the exact move the police use on you, the pit turn.
Mm.
Knock out their back end, spin them around. They'll be back in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You're like, but no, I spun you round. You're in a ditch somewhere. They're like, nah, we teleported.
No, they use nitrous.
Yeah, all police cars come with a lot of nitrous. Remember that.
Oh.
Don't ever try to get away from the police. They're all packing nitro.
But yeah, every one of the police in GTA must have it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
the
yeah.
same, aren't they? Like they can like tap you and you go flying across the screen. You ram them up.
Yeah, they don't have petrol in their cars. They only run on nitrous.
Yeah.
So yes, I didn't like rubber banding. Small mention for caves in Pokemon games
Yes.
because I hate Zubat.
Zubats. Fuck yeah.
Because I just Zubats and Diglets, man.
Back in the day, hearing that noise was
Oh, it's like, is it another Zubat?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
or
My
something
face
like
says it all.
I don't know if you've ever done this, but with me, I would be so used to going like pressing right down run, I would just do it, and then I would do it, and it'd be like a Clefairy or something. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. The one time I'm going to ferry. Oh, do you know? I just end up going through Mount Moon using repels. I won't lie.
That's true.
I'm just like repel every time I'm in a cave. Just repel, unless like there's a dragon Pokemon in there or something. God,
Yeah,
Zubat.
fucking
Maybe
Zubats.
the annoying mechanic is Zubat and not caves. Like,
I think it's the frequency of
Zubat.
Zubat spawns.
It's always Zubat.
Do you know what the percentage of spawns in Mount Moon for Zubats is?
Probably 85.
It's something like 60.
Ugh, still.
It seems higher though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean,
would have
you'll
said
have
about 80.
Onyx in there, and you'll have Clefairy. Who else will be in Mount Moon?
Geodude.
So, yeah, I think Onyx must be on like a 10-15.
Yeah, Onyx is like
Geodude's
10,
on like
15.
10-15%, yeah.
He's one of the lowest.
Clefairy's probably 5 or 2.
5, I think. Yeah.
And in very specific areas as well for her. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, damn caves. Where are we at? We are at a strange one. I'm back to Final Fantasy. So every time there's a new Final Fantasy, there's a new system for abilities. There's a new system for magic. There's always new systems. In the older games, effectively, you kind of just got spells and you had them, and they used magic points or MP. And MP was used, or it still is used in pretty much, I'd say, like 90-95% of RPGs. You've always got a magic stat. In Final Fantasy VIII, though, they went a little sideways on it, and they gave you the ability to absorb magic from the enemies,
Okay.
which is the draw mechanic. It was an ability you had to learn on, so you had to equip summons, which then gave you their abilities, or the ability to do certain things, which then draw was one of those abilities. You had to use a slot on your command list as well. Then you could press the ability on the enemy, and you could withdraw magic from the enemy, and you'd like absorb 5 or 6 fire magics, or if it was a middle tier magic, you'd absorb less, and if it was a top tier magic, you'd absorb even less. Like absorbing the Ultima magic, I think you'd get 1 or 2 tops from an enemy. You could hold 100 of each magic, and you had to do this for every character, because the only way to increase your stats was to equip the magic to the abilities that your summons gave you.
I'm lost.
Are you with me still?
No, I'm lost
Yeah, exactly.
now. I'm
Very
gone.
lost.
So you need the summons to get the abilities to draw
Yeah.
the magic, and once you've drawn the magic, you attach it to the stats to increase the stats. But you got more stats based on the amount of magic you equipped. So like if you equipped 100 fire magic, you'd get a better strength increase than if you only equipped 50. So thinking about that, if you started using the magic, your stats got worse. Because the amount of magic you had on you then decreased, so your stats went
Ben's
down.
lost it.
It's just, is there
It
smoke
would-
coming out of my ears?
Yeah, honestly, the system is so basically what you end up doing in Final Fantasy VIII is you end up going and you find an enemy, you end up drawing 100 magic out of it for each one of your party members, repeating this ability over and over and over, not trying to die in the process. You then equip the magic, and then you never cast it.
So this is why I can't play Final Fantasy games.
I thought you'd like this one. This is, believe it or not, this has never come back.
Oh God.
So yeah, you spend your entire game like absorbing magic from the enemies to equip it to power yourself up to then never use it because you didn't want your stats to go down. I was like, oh, because what you could do is you could equip a fire magic to like your attack to make you do fire damage on a basic attack. So there was uses for it, and you could equip fire magic on like defensive abilities to give you like a fire resistance. But then you just didn't want to use your magic because you didn't want your stats to decrease. Because by the time you realize, like, oh, I've lost, like, I've used like 20 or 30 of this magic, you might be in an area where you can't actually absorb any more of it. And some of the magic was so scarce that you just didn't have enough time to mess around. So yeah,
you make one wrong calculation and then you just fuck the whole thing.
yeah, like I was saying, like trying to absorb Ultima magic, which gave you the best stat no matter where you equipped it. Like if you equipped it on your strength, it gave you the biggest increase. Like you literally used to absorb 1 or 2 of that per command, so you'd have to use that ability potentially 100 times in one battle.
Fucking hell.
And bearing in mind, only the toughest enemies in the game had that magic.
Yeah.
I mean, like bosses.
Yeah. So finding it alone.
Yeah, there are these things called draw points where you could get magic from the world map. For the time it took to respawn, crazy. So that system was ridiculous. Like I can't even explain it properly to like make it make any. You'd have to you'd play it and then realize, wait a minute, why am I suddenly doing less damage with my basic attacks? Oh yes, because I'm casting the spells that are attached to it.
Yeah, so then it went down.
Yep.
Shit.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
So now my ones are going to look really pathetic and boring.
Yeah, no, I remember that one. I went, wait a minute, what's the worst like ability? Like, what's the worst mechanic I've ever come across? And I was like, Final Fantasy VIII's magic system is shocking.
Yeah.
Because I just can't even. On paper, it looks simple, but then you realize the implications of how to get the magic.
Yeah, don't sound it.
On the HD remaster, they gave you the ability to increase the speed by 3 times and give you infinite health.
Okay.
So literally, you'd sit in a fight, hammering X on 3 times speed with infinite health, drawing magic off enemies for 20 minutes.
Wow.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Oh, and in Final Fantasy VIII as well, every level up only was 1,000 experience. And the enemies scaled in level with you. So you could get to level 100 on disc 1. But being at level 100 didn't make much difference because you needed the magic to increase your stats. So don't worry about it. So people actually try to run through the game like at the lowest possible level. That's what they try to do.
Yeah, that's proving there that it's pretty flawed.
Yeah, the story's all right. The systems are a little bit bad.
By advancing in the game, you make it worse for yourself.
They were definitely on something when they went, well, you know what? Let's make all the levels the same amount of experience.
Yeah.
Let's make the magic all wonky. And then like the summons and stuff will. And then there was a really weird card game as well, but it's probably the better card game because the card game in Final Fantasy IX, I still don't know how the rules work.
Well, I remember there was a card game in Fallout New Vegas. And I still don't know how the fuck that works.
Yeah, same.
You don't either.
Yeah, no, it's been that long. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, can't remember.
Yeah.
And even back then, it told you how to play it, and I still don't know.
Yeah, the one for Final Fantasy IX is an absolute mystery. The cards have got various symbols and numbers on them, and things just start going up and down, and you're like, "Am I winning?" And then you don't win, and you're like, "Oh, I guess I didn't win." But one of the like getting certain cards in that game as well was a nightmare. That game that was a weird one, but the card game from Final Fantasy VIII though was probably the best bit about it. So, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII Magic System, crock of shit. My I guess these are 2 minor quibbles, but did any of you guys play Gran Turismo back in the day?
No.
Don't bother looking up how you get driver's licenses in that game then.
Yes, I did. You had to do tasks for the driving licenses, didn't you?
Yeah, except there was a lot of licenses.
I can't remember completely. I remember playing Gran Turismo 3.
Like you couldn't do certain races without proving you could drive a certain speed and then stop within a certain distance.
Yes.
I'm like, but I'm just gotta go really fast.
Hmm.
I just need to go fast and go left.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to gain
NASCAR.
you had to gain like a set license to be able to enter certain races.
Yeah,
didn't
you had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically made it like trials, little challenges, and I'm like, but
Mm.
I'm not going to stop in the race. Can I just get on with it?
Yeah.
So those are
There might be a
fantastic.
child that runs out in the road, you know.
I don't think they had the graphics for that.
Or a pixel.
Just what's that? What's that bunch of pixels in the distance? Oh, I hit it.
Oh, it's Pac-Man.
It's squashed. Whacker.
Oh.
And then I guess honorable random mention is just generic grinding in games these days is an absolute ball ache. There's too much of it. Just like
Yeah.
I know they want you to play their games for longer, but it is incredibly off-putting. I used to play Fortnite story mode because, believe it or not, it has a story mode.
I was going to say, what?
Yeah. So back in my day, before the Battle Royale came about, it's essentially a tower defense game, except you build the base.
Okay.
And you can do it in parties of up to 4, I believe. It's either 3 or 4. I used to play it with a couple of friends in early access. And it was great. Like, it was good fun. The zombie waves would come at you and you could build the base and they would dismantle the base as the zombies went through it. And you could have good fun with that. I honestly wouldn't, I just don't think it's that bad. It just lost to the 1v1, like the Battle Royale mode. But the problem was the repetition to get to the next part of the story was incredible. And I think I got like 13 stages in or something. And I was just like, I'm doing the same thing. Literally as I did in the stage before. You've increased the prerequisite numbers by, say, 10%. And you've just made me repeat it.
Yeah, repeat it there.
And I'm like, I'm done. I am bored out of my mind. But that kind of harks to all sorts of games. MMOs are terrible for it. Trying to think of some of the other games.
That sounds very similar to Age of Calamity at the moment. It's the same thing, but then it's just
Yeah.
you've done like 500 enemies. The next one, you've got less time, but you've got to kill 1,000 enemies. Or
Cyberpunk's got a little bit of as well, but as I'm so close to finishing everything off and experiencing it,
yeah,
developers have got to just stop it. It's just a little bit too much.
I think you could get away with it back in the day. So, I mean, I remember playing Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 for the Cube, and there wasn't so much online play then.
Yep.
No.
So you kind of either couch co-op or you're single player, in which case the point is to level up to get to the next boss. But if there are other objectives to do and there's other people to play with, you're not going to want to have to grind just to get to the next part of the story.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Like the story lost its flow in Fortnite with the amount of grinding, for example. And then it is mainly free-to-play games. Obviously, they do want more grinding because they want you to play longer because you're not even paying to play.
Yeah.
I get that. There does get a point where I just turn around and I'm like, no, I'm missing out on other games. and that's exactly like what my year is about. I'm missing out.
that's their kind of whole like business plan, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, they want you to pay to go faster.
pay to go faster.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's still a little bit too out of reach for my liking. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm a cynical old man.
I think we all are, so don't worry.
Yeah, I like my games a little bit simpler. Well, a little bit less tedious, I guess. Is
More
accurate.
simple.
More simples.
You can't correct Chris last episode and make up words this time for yourself.
But I'm really good at it. I'll give you the meanings and everything, and I'll use them in sentences. Like, I can justify it. I think. Let me get back to you on that. Yeah, that's it from me, actually, with that. I don't really have... I kept thinking of other moments in games where I was like, oh, this is a bit boring or this is a bit rubbish. And I was like, not really that bad. I could endure a lot of... Maybe I'm just a little bit more easily pleased or a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah,
No
if it's
water
not
tables on
like
my
game
list.
breaking, then I suppose you can overlook it slightly.
Yeah, I just don't like to... I guess it's not like I don't like to grind. I just don't feel like it's necessary. Repetition has stopped me completing a lot of games completely.
Just get bored of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mundane. Make it interesting somehow.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm done.
Yo, Chris, you're up.
So me, I've got the same as Sean. I put a few games specifically, and then a few mechanics. So first thing I put is any level really on the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. How they
Just
made
the whole game.
the whole
Yeah.
game, yeah.
Yeah, the whole game is
Anyone
rubbish.
who's played that game, that's enough said, really, isn't it?
Is that the jumping mechanic?
Yeah, the whole game's just fucked, basically. They, I believe it's something along the lines of they ported it over. The level's the same, but they didn't. But with the increased like power of the newer consoles, they didn't allow the hitboxes or something. Like
Yeah,
that,
I
isn't
remember
it?
hearing something about that.
So, i.e., your character would be like say 2 squares big, and the hitboxes would only be 1. So even if you landed where you should have been able to land, you'd fall straight through and die.
Yeah,
That sounds frustrating.
And they could. The thing that annoyed me more about that is they could easily have made a patch for that. Easily,
exactly.
modern gaming, they haven't done it. So all that
Yeah.
that game was selling for about £50 when it came out, and it's held its price for a long time. I bought it from Michelle in the double pack with Spyro, so I paid like £45 for both. But yeah, you could have easily released a patch to do something along the lines of that, but no. So we got that when more or less when it came out, and she's been playing it quite a lot, and she's just about got. Yeah, we've got to the final boss on Crash 1. Haven't even started the other 2. So that's how long it's taken.
Damn.
It's
You
such
know,
a hard game.
That's on the PS Plus collection for the PS5. It was one
Oh,
of the
really?
freebies. Yeah. I was looking at it the other day going, do I download it?
I guarantee you'll rage at it. It's so annoyingly.
It's fine, then I'll leave it.
You need to get it. It's about time. It's so good. I was
Okay.
playing it the other day. Took me a while to realise that it's actually a double jump function on there. But no, that game is absolutely amazing.
Is the double jump literally you press jump twice?
hmm
Oh, it's,
I'm used to playing like old school Crash.
it wasn't like a hidden mechanic.
Fine. So
Oh.
I accidentally pressed it once when I was falling off something. It's like, oh, wait, what the hell just happened there?
I've been playing on hard mode all this time. No wonder I couldn't make that jump.
Oh,
I had
dear.
a second one.
My next actual level I put is one that's been something I've been quite recently doing, which is a Star Fox 64 level, which is Titania. Now, Titania is one of the very few that you have to use the land like the tank.
Oh, the
rather
tank.
The
than-
Landmaster.
Yeah, Landmaster. But it's riddled in with mines and explosives that if you go within like any distance of them, they'll explode and throw you across the other side of the ship.
Oh,
It's like so far I've only done maybe 5 runs on it, but
I remember that level, yeah.
but that level is the one that always fucks me over in runs and costs me time. That not only that, then you get to the boss, and the boss is an arse as well. So the whole level in general, I just hate it.
They're good in multiplayer though, those tanks.
Are they? I don't. The other thing I find really annoying about them is, don't know if you've noticed it, is if you've been flying the ships, the aiming is inverted when you go into the tank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Oh,
So I'm used to doing, you've been flying the ships all that time, getting used to the controls, and then they flip the controls, invert them for the tank.
Oh, actually, I did want to just mention, I said I was playing Worms 3D.
Hmm.
During the controls on that, the Y-axis, it's not inverted, but the X-axis,
What?
which is the worst way to play for me. That is just
hmm.
the opposite
Why?
of how I play.
Why
My
only
brain
invert
hurts.
one? Yeah,
I don't know. It's horrendous.
sounds stupid.
But yeah, I can't remember how to unlock the Lilac Wars multiplayer. You can just be the character themselves without a.
Yeah, you
Queen
could
or-
run around. I remember you saying.
I know there's an unlock for that, but I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
But that's
I-
a lot of fun.
Okay, I've never ever. I didn't even know it was multiplayer until you said, like, literally, like this year or last year. Sorry. So that one went right over me.
That and Jet Force Gemini are very underrated multiplayer games.
Yeah, I've never played Jet Force Gemini. I think it's on
Oh,
Rare Replay.
It's super good. The multiplayer is just basically you against a load of zombie teddies, I think it is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that sounds cool. But yeah, next I've got is Rainbow Road.
Which one?
All of them.
64.
No, there are some good ones. 64 one is a bit long.
64 is the one that you go and fall off the edge, and you always try to go for that trick and always miss it.
Just don't go for the trick.
Yeah, but if you landed it, how cool would you look?
Have you ever?
No. But still,
I'm not sure I have, actually. Maybe once.
It's
Never
just
bothered going for it.
I don't know. I can't play that game. Well, I can play that game. I can't play that level now. It just gives me a headache. But the new Rainbow Road on the Switch one is pretty cool. I like that.
I like the Wii one was pretty good.
Yeah, the Wii one was good as well. Yeah, that was cool. So yes, that. The next one is a Pacific mission off GTA San Andreas, which was Supply Lines. Have either of you done that?
Is this the
RC?
RC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that the helicopter?
It's a plane.
Oh,
You have to
I've
fly
heard about that.
an RC plane to. You have to. I believe it's collecting packages of something, probably drugs, off vans.
Amazon drone.
Yeah. Actually, you have to shoot them as well, don't you? You have to shoot and destroy vans that are driving around the city, collect the packages, bring them back, and then go back to the next one. And then all of this is timed, and you have a fuel limit. The planes are awkward to fly anyway, let alone an RC plane, which has got much more sensitive controls. If the plane gets damaged or it blows up, and you restart the whole mission. What else was there? I believe at the very end when you land it, you then have to defend the plane from people trying to destroy it. It's just
I think so. Yeah.
It's a dick of a mission. I did remember. I remember doing it, but I'm sure I had to use like cheat codes to do it. I'm sure. I don't think I've ever done it legit, and I don't think you got anything amazing out of it. I think you unlocked the shop down below or something to purchase or something like that. It wasn't anything.
You can
amazing.
buy your very own plane.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Basically. So that was a dick.
Oh, I've only heard bad things about that mission. So
Yeah, it's not fun. Levels wise, the next one is a level, but it's also tying into one of my mechanics. The mechanic I'm looking at is escort or protect missions. So
yes.
primarily, I put the one that hit me was Jabba Jabba's belly in Ocarina, having to look after Ruto the whole way around and carry her in every room and take her out. And if you leave her, she spawns back at the start. And fuck off.
Yeah,
and the thing that always annoys me about that is that she's a Zora, which essentially is a fish. Yeah, if she falls in water, she dies.
Yes.
Explain that.
If you she wants to get married straight after you save her, doesn't she?
Yeah. And also the other ones that I found were like Resi 4, Resi 5 for the escort missions, particularly Resi 4 with Ashley. She's just a pain in the arse.
I never had a problem with that.
I just find it annoying. You've got to keep an eye on her. But then I'm looking at it in speedrun perspective with most games.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a big issue because I want to just get through to the next room. But I've got to stand around and wait for her to catch up.
Yeah.
And the other bit I found with her that was annoying is in the church with the monk things, the monk zombie people, because they will pick her up and fuck off with her if she stays too low.
Is that why you've got to snipe them off while she's
doing the crank in the handle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did have to do that quite a few times.
Yeah, because they'll collect her and just piss off.
Yeah, and you have to protect yourself as well as her.
Yeah,
and
yeah. It's just no.
Yeah.
Repetitive fetch quests as well. Another thing I find really annoying, which is similar to what I'm doing now with Age of Calamity, where it's collect one of these and you collect one, and then it's now collect 10, now collect 100.
It's the reason I didn't fully complete Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's
really
repetitive. Yeah.
Finish the story. Story's great, fantastic game. Too many collective things.
Yeah, it's like to unlock there's two things you can have on Age of Calamity. There's like missions, and then there's unlockables. So obviously missions are self-explanatory. They'll be doing whatever it says, and then the other things are like unlockables. Like you can unlock more hearts, more bonus powers, all this sort of shit. But to unlock them, there'll be like a recipe of things you need to collect. And then to get those, you collect them within the missions. But you can like be like one item short and have to do an entire mission again just to collect that. That's now basically where I'm at. I've done all the missions, and I've now got to just go over them again, collecting random shit to buy all the extras to 100% it. So that's taken a bit of time.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. Another thing I was going to say is I wanted to stiff out for the water temple, but nobody's complained about it yet, so I can't.
Honestly, like I've never finished Ocarina of Time.
I don't blame you.
Outside of like the SNES one, and I might have played a little bit of some of the other like Game Boy ones. I haven't really touched Zelda in that
when
long.
we need to, we're at the marathon, me and Sean need to do a race. Just to see,
Ocarina of Time.
yeah, how far he can get before I've completed it.
Can I start now?
No, I would be up for doing it. How far I can get before you complete the game, Chris? Because I don't know that game.
I don't even know where I'm going. Like, I won't lie. Like, as much as I love the idea of Zelda, I've just never been able to get behind it.
I could make it harder and
Outside
say
of
I'm
that.
not allowed to use any glitches. So I've got
Oh
to do
no!
it.
If it's at the marathon, I want you to fully glitch it. It'll look so much
Okay.
better.
Fair enough.
Make me look even worse.
Fair enough.
I think
I'll be lucky
we've
to get
got
out of
kind of
I started a well, on the randomizer community page thing where you download all the seeds from. They have every month they have a challenge seed, which is they make the seed, don't tell you any of the settings, and you just have to play it and figure it out yourself.
Wow.
And then they give you a clue. And this month's clue was throw away the key. That's all they put. So I thought it was going to be a keysy one, which means there's no keys, so everything's unlocked. But no, it's so hard. I started today on stream. They've basically made all the entrances randomized. So you go into like one place and takes you somewhere completely different.
That's amazing.
And you've got to remember, had to get a pen and paper midstream and write down where places take me.
That's old school, like drawing out maps and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and grid paper.
Yeah, I had to do that today. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
I like the Ocarina of Time race idea, though. I would definitely be up for doing that with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many versions, like copies of it we've got, but I've got my overdrive, so we can always do at least 2.
Yeah, I'd play it Japanese.
Oh, even better. So I'd be like...
Because that's got the shorter text, hasn't it?
Yeah. Like Forest, they have one symbol for the whole word.
Yeah.
So it's great because when you go into Kokiri Forest on the Japanese version, it's just 2 icons.
That's what made me... No, sorry, Karen.
I was going to say, because if I'm remembering correctly, the version that came with the GameCube, is that one of the ones with the language on it? There was a version of Ocarina of Time, I think, to do with the GameCube, like a weird special.
There is a there is something with the GameCube port that I believe it's 1.2 version. There's 3 versions of Ocarina. There's 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2. All have slightly different things that can and can't be done on them.
Yeah, like there's this sort of, I guess, I'm not sure if the disc is rare now, but it was a special Zelda-based disc. I'm pretty sure it contained Ocarina of Time.
You got it with Wind Waker.
Yeah, there you go. Probably.
Ben's got it. It is a rare disc.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was something to do with some of
I
the
say
speaker
that.
on-
Ben's got it. I've got it. Actually, I'm borrowing it. It's on my pile.
I wouldn't have even noticed it was gone.
It's gone.
It's in a safer place.
You only got it if you pre-ordered Wind Waker. That's how you got it. And I obviously did that and then sold it because I'm an idiot.
I never pre-ordered Wind Waker.
No, but you've been lucky.
Just picked up somewhere.
Yeah, I must have.
One thing I did find actually, which has really impressed me, is how much Four Swords has rocketed up in price.
Really?
Yes, the GameCube game and lead is selling for about 100 to 120 pounds.
Yeah.
I was trying to pick up a lead the other day actually, and they're like 20 quid at the moment. Just that.
Not for me. I got one for £5.50.
Bastard.
An official Nintendo one. I paid £55 for the game and lead.
Damn man. See, I
Seems
want
right.
to play my KOs from Sonic Adventure 2 on my.
You could
SP.
borrow it if you wanted it.
I might have to.
Because since I've got it, I've not used it once. I literally bought it. I only bought it so I had it to go with the game if and when I sell it.
I've got like a whole bag of retro stuff here that I've pretty much bought for shits and giggles.
Bag of mystery.
Is that from
Like-
the
Yeah.
Felix though, man?
There's like 5 of these, but the light doesn't work on them. So I'm not really that fussed, but you know, if I could just get Chris to fix them.
I was going to say, give them to me. I'll put LEDs in.
Yeah, wicked. A little GameCube.
I'll put a different colour in each one. You'll never know which one you're going to pick up.
I know I had a working one, but I have no idea where it's
RGB, the whole damn thing.
gone. Yeah, just random stuff in this bag.
I know you gave me a working one to take apart and use for parts.
Oh, maybe that's the one.
Well, it's not anymore. It's in pieces now.
I'm not that fast. I never used it anyway.
Yeah.
I gave my mum. It was my mum's birthday the other day, and I gave
Mm.
her an original Game Boy and Tetris.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
She used to play that all the time. She's been playing it loads, apparently.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
That's
So, yeah,
nice.
that's all mine. So, over to you.
No, that was good. Good list. Good list. Right, I'm going to do bad mechanics first. I grew up with GoldenEye, so the ability to shoot and invert the y-axis is very important to me. I play all my games with inverted y-axis and normal x-axis, which basically means up is look down and down is look up. That is how I have to play games, and if I can't do that, then nah, it's not going to happen. It just sucks that you're not able to choose that option. Another kind of GoldenEye one. A lot of these probably have to refer back to GoldenEye because I was obsessed with it. Cryptic clues as to what to do for missions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with Mario 64. These are like two of my favorite games, but the
Oh, I
first
can
time
see-
playing that game,
Yeah.
you get the star names and you have absolutely no idea what to do.
Yep. There was one particularly I remember exactly that recently when I was doing it on the Switch, is the one where you have to break the wall on the second level. Do you know what I mean? You have to fire Mario into the wall with the cannon.
Oh, the corner.
Yeah. How the-
Yeah, exactly. You'd
How
have
would you know
absolutely
that?
no idea.
I
how
had to
to-
get looking online for that one.
Yeah, that is just absolutely ridiculous. Although the shortcut to get that star is pretty impressive without actually blowing up the corner. Do these little things along the bridge just before it, and then it lines you up to clip through the wall.
Oh, wow,
It's
okay.
insane.
Hmm.
But yeah, that and GoldenEye, the dam level, I can't remember what it is exactly, but you have to put this little thing
The
on
modem thing.
Yeah, it is the modem, isn't it? Just
Mm.
before you go through the fencing. And it's just like, you wouldn't even know that that computer was there, let alone
No, it's
know
hidden
what to
around
do
the
with
corner, isn't it, as
it.
well?
Yeah, behind some
Yeah.
boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Actually, the one that I'm surprised you didn't put, Chris, is tank controls.
Oh, yeah.
You see, I don't mind them because I was used to playing Resi and Silent Hill original games with tank controls. So I'm
Yeah,
kind
I
of
didn't
used
think
to
of that.
those. But one of mine is that you mentioned a Resi game where the protagonist can do all sorts of crazy jumps but can't make it past the chair.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Resi 6.
Yeah.
First level of Resi 6. Leon can't go in the chair. He's an acrobat who can like launch through windows, do backflips, and land perfectly on his feet, but he can't step over a seat.
Oh no, my mortal enemy. The chair.
So he has to take a long route around through a dark corridor. Which actually, in that next, I'm just thinking ahead. You do that, you go down the corridor, and then he has to push a huge bookcase out of the way. So he's got the strength for that, but not the strength to slide a chair out of the way.
Yeah, man, chair's made out of dark matter. He's like, can't lift that.
Generally, I just put NPCs. That's basically yeah. I think it goes to the whole kind of what you said about trying to protect NPCs while you're going along. It does get very frustrating, and I'm surprised you didn't mention Natalia because
Oh,
she,
bloody hell, yeah.
just trying to keep her alive was a mission in
Trying to
itself.
keep her out of your line of fire alone was enough.
Yeah, that's why in is it Bunker? You just keep her in the prison the whole time, clear the level, and then go back to get her. 'cause
Oh,
otherwise-
that's a cool idea. I've never done that. That's actually a really good.
yeah, it's a much easier way of doing it. It obviously takes a lot longer, but you know you've got the safety on your side there.
Talking of AI really quick,
Yeah.
have you ever experienced the original Rocket League AI?
No.
Okay, so they just chase the ball. Like Doesn't matter. They just go forward at the ball forever.
Really?
They don't actively like move around the ball to make it go the direction of the other goal that they're trying to shoot at. They all just follow it in a straight line.
It's amazing.
Oh, dear.
Like cats chasing a laser pen.
Yeah, like I've had it before, and I'm like, oh, he's driving at our goal. Can you stop? And the computer's like, nah. It just puts the goal in, and you're like, oh, their goal's the other end, mate. So, yeah, the original Rocket League AI. I've had some weirdness with it before, but yeah, that was horrendous.
Wow. That
Yeah,
why they thought that could
they're
work.
ball chasers, but I mean, it must be hard to program an AI like that. So,
Yeah, but if you can't do it, don't release the game.
well, they put AI in for when people drop out of games. They replace it with an AI temporarily in quick play.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
So that the game can continue and be fair.
but it's better now. Like last night, someone dropped out of a game that I was in, and the opposing team was bragging like mad. They were like, "Ha, you're crap." So the computer came in and scored, and we just went, "Oh, you just got by the computer," because we didn't help it. But yeah, Rocket League AI used to be quite bad.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Got odd camera angles which switch and have you walking back and forth between two scenes.
Yeah.
If you keep holding like up, you end up back where you came from.
Yeah, exactly.
Love those. Yeah.
There are some games that are good where it kind of keeps you going in that same direction for like a second or two after you've changed scenes.
Yeah.
But a lot of games like
Up isn't always forward. Up is up. So if you're going to the top of the screen to go through a door, and then the camera angle is then you coming from the top of the screen, you'll go back through.
Up becomes down, yeah.
Up becomes up, and up puts you back where you came from. You're like, oh, thanks.
Exactly.
Banjo-Kazooie is very guilty of that. When you'll be
Oh,
walking
really?
along a really, really like awkwardly thin platform, and then out of nowhere the camera will just pan
Turn
around.
like 90 degrees, and you're
Yeah.
like, well, I fell off.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
Yeah, I know that.
Sucks.
Or it would pan the opposite direction, but pan into the wall, so you just see the wall.
Just click
That's-
through the wall.
Yeah, that was really annoying. I used to do that quite a lot.
Like Lakito and Mario 64. I'll just go through this wall.
Yeah.
The owl from Ocarina of Time.
Gabora Gabora.
Is that his name? The bastard owl is what I call it. That thing, you ignore all the text and the default answer is yeah. Tell me that again. That
You
is-
you just get stuck in a loop.
yeah, and you wonder why because you never bother reading anything he says.
Unless you know how to do an owl skip.
Oh, how do you do an owl skip?
Punch it.
You need to put a link in what's defined as a busy state. So the
Just put him on the toilet.
Link's always busy. He's got to save the world.
That's true.
the easiest way is to drop a bomb chew, because while the bomb chew's rolling along the ground, it will count that Link is active.
Yeah, but you don't. The first time you meet the owl, you don't have bomb tubes.
So
No,
you have to
first
do
time-
another cheat to get the bomb thing. And
Well, you could, or you could do the other option is you could do a what's it called like a weapon swap. Basically, you go sword, deku stick, but you have to do it at perfect timing, and it's like 180 BPM.
What?
And then it will,
you're no longer playing Zelda at this point.
they actually
You're playing Guitar Hero.
you have actually it's a lot of the speedrunners who do it actually have a metronome going to
Wow.
get it. Yeah, it's literally to the beat, frame perfect.
That's madness. That's
But
so
it'll
cool.
basically be Link will be going between sword and deku stick, and it will override the memory that the owl needs to talk to you, and you just like slide backwards past it.
How the hell did they figure that out?
Not a fucking clue.
Has to be 180. Oh god. Endless enemies. I'm going
Yeah.
back to Goldeneye for this. There are some points, like in Bunker, where the alarm goes off and there's just an endless stream of enemies, and you can't kill them all. You just have to
I
try
can-
and complete the
I
level.
can hear that alarm now in my head.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Yes. Oh god, it never leaves you, does it? But I'm sure there's plenty of other games that have been guilty of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nothing was more annoying than hearing that noise.
I
No.
think that kind of goes back to Need for Speed again. Like you're getting chased by the cops, and you can be like, "Well, I can just wreck his car." Then 6 more come back.
Yeah, GTA's the same.
Like, how
Yeah.
many cops have you guys got? I just don't want you to brute force it.
Oh dear. Poor perspective. I've mentioned this before. Bomberman 64.
Hmm.
Single player is really good, but it's very hard to tell any kind of depth. You can't tell where you are within a level or how to get up a certain ramp or something like that.
Yeah.
And it is just, it's not, it's the same with the Worms 3D actually I was playing. It's very difficult to see how far things are behind you or in front of you. And they try and use this function in Worms 3D where you can pan out to the whole screen, but then you can't zoom in a little bit. You have to pan either all the way out or zoom in all the way in. So you can't really get much detail, which is a shame. No saves. One game that really stands out to me about this was one of my favorite games for the Game Boy was Darkwing Duck. You had to complete the whole game without any saving.
One run.
Yeah. And while that game was absolutely incredible, it was a pain in the ass to try and complete it all in one run. And if your battery dies on,
I was going to then say, what about your batteries?
Like that. Yeah. No. I mean, I was talking about a SNES cart or something like that. Some of them have batteries for the save points, don't they?
Yeah.
So if your battery dies in that, you just lose everything as well.
Very unlikely though, because they last a long
Oh yeah,
time.
true. It's more of a problem now.
It would be like I've had, like I think out of all of your SNES carts, only 2 needed batteries.
Yeah.
So that they last for a long.
And the Ren and Stimpy Mega Drive game.
That was beyond needing a battery. That needed a complete.
That needed like a resuscitation.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Next, I have limited saves, like in Resi 1.
Ribbons.
Yeah, ribbons.
Hitman.
Yeah.
Limited saves.
It's just annoying when you've got a console, like especially an old school console, like the PlayStation or something like that, and you have to leave it on all night. I suppose that goes for the previous one where no saves, like Sonic and Sonic 2. Having to leave the console on for like days at a time to try and complete a game.
I honestly think it was a difficulty mechanic they added from the start. They just wanted things to be harder, so you couldn't save. You couldn't save every 5 minutes if you made a good or a bad move.
Yeah.
But then we just worked around it and we left it on.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I did the same thing. They used to be in Gran Turismo. You used to get the fastest car. You pick the track that's just a circle or an oval or whatever you want to call that shape, and then you just tape down the X button and you go to bed. And it finished the race for you in the middle of the night.
Really?
Because you've got the fastest car in the game. It just rides the walls and goes round and round and round and round.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Oh, that's such a great
that can happen a lot more often than you realise. I think there's a couple other games you can just like tape buttons down and just circumvent things.
It wasn't like it was PlayStation 1 was one of the first games to introduce memory cards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
which is why a lot of people that when they first got their PlayStation 1, they were annoyed that they had to play like the first levels of their games so many times before they could actually afford a memory card. It was about 15 quid or something like that.
But you think for like Resi, for example, imagine that if you'd bought the memory card, played Resi, and then you're like, I haven't got any ribbons, shit.
Oh,
so you've got the memory card purposely for saving your game, and then you can't because the game doesn't allow it.
Yep.
Oh, joy.
That'd be so. I'd be so.
Adverts and memory cards on the back of the manuals.
Well, that's what I liked about the GameCube cases, because they actually had a memory card slot in the case, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Which was cool. I don't know.
PlayStation 2s do.
Do they?
Yes, yeah. PS2s do, yeah. You could always sort of fit one in the cases for...
the PS1 you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, lives. A lot of the like modern games, they don't rely on lives. Like Crash 4 has an option for either you count the amount of deaths you have had, or you have a certain amount of lives, which obviously you can get more lives throughout the game. Obviously, as you said, Sean, back in the day it was due to making games a little bit more difficult, so you limit the amount of lives. I die a lot in games, so lives are not my best friend. That's why I like the rewind function in the modern Lion King.
So good.
Aladdin, yeah. And Prince of Persia.
I had that with Donkey Kong Country on the Switch. I'd never completed that game.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first time this year. It was last year that I
Oh,
never
I forgot,
completed
yeah,
that
'cause
game.
they integrated it into the NES and SNES games as well, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Which is
So
cool.
so good.
Yeah. Watching useless, repetitive cutscenes. Kind of. Have you guys played Mario Party?
Yeah.
The original ones, where there's all this big setup for when a computer AI or yourself is about to buy a star or go through a game or something like that. You have to pay coins to do, and you
Okay.
don't have enough coins to do it. So you have all this lead up, and you think, okay, well that was completely pointless because I don't have enough money to buy this thing in the first place. So just cut the cutscene, and that would have saved a lot of time. Because Mario Party is arduously long at the best of times.
Yeah. Like things that don't automatically progress, like text on screens and stuff. Not the ability to not skip the credits, and you can't skip cutscenes. All those sort of abilities should just be standard.
Yes.
Like Genshin Impact recently had a 1.2 update, and I noticed because I put it on to help a friend that you can now skip, or you can automatically play the text in cutscenes. You used to have to press X at the end of everything.
Oh god.
But it's all voice acted, which is really good. But when they're all automatically voice acted, 9 times out of 10 the game progresses itself.
Yeah.
Quality of life.
Age
things
of,
that should be
Age
able to
of
be skipped.
Calamity's done exactly that. And if, for the main story missions, before you start the mission, you hear Zelda saying a bit more of the storyline, and you can press Y to manually trigger it, or if you press X, it will automatically scroll it for you. So
even Cyberpunk has an ability to fast forward the text because you have to make choices. So even in that game, you can press circle and it will fast forward it to the next piece of text, and you can just hold it down or keep pressing it. But games still don't come with the quality of life adjustments that they should have. Skipping certain things, and especially on replayability, it sucks the life out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially when you have to sit through some ridiculous cutscene or conversation, and you're like, "Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Get on with it."
Getting yourself trapped within a level, not being able to progress or anything because you are just physically trapped, like soft locking.
I had a good soft lock today.
Oh, what do you have?
I was doing that randomizer I was speaking about. You can do a trick on Ocarina called Equip Swap, which basically means you can use child items as adult and adult, vice versa. So, and I had no boomerang, but I had hook shot. So I've never used equip swapped hook shot before. So I quick swap hook shot.
Grip shot the hip swap.
Yeah.
And hook shot the boomerang into the hip hop shop.
And then I tried to use it, and it turns out that young Link can't use the hook shot even if you use the glitch. It just soft locks the game.
What?
So I lost a lot of data.
That's called punishment.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The trick is a bitch to land anyway, and I landed it. I got
Do
it
a flip.
after about 3 or 4 attempts, and I was like, "Oh damn, I got it! It's the first time I've ever got hook shot to work on that." And then I pressed it, and I was like, "Oh."
Note to self: don't
So you've
do
got-
that again.
You can Z target and lock onto things, but you can't move. You can't press start. You can't use any of your items.
Oh, no.
And I hadn't saved it for a fair while either, so that was when stream ended because I was a bit like, right, we're fucked now. Stream's over. So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow.
Oh,
After I've raged out.
Yeah.
I was like, prior to that, I had 3 hearts to try and go through Forest Temple, and I kept dying at the bloody skeletons.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm just going to go somewhere else and try and do some tricks, and I done that and soft locked it. And I was just like, okay, that's it for today. Bye.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so painful.
Brilliant.
Oh, soft locks. I have got into a couple of Gladiolus's YouTube videos for soft locks actually.
Oh, really?
Mainly when I'm doing randomizers.
Yeah.
One of them was when I was doing a all skulls speed run, and I was like 3 hours into the run.
Oh no.
And I picked up a skull. No, I went to pick up a skull, and I killed a Deku Bubba, and it had dropped a load of Deku nuts. And I picked 2 up at once, and it completely freaked out.
Wow.
Because 2 landed in basically on top of each other. And because I picked 2 up, it just, whoop, no, It just soft locked.
Wow.
That clip's online somewhere.
Did I send you the clip? You guys, the clip where I soft locked Cyberpunk?
No.
No.
I might have to do that. So
Yeah,
there's an area on the first mission that you go back to in a later mission, and basically I got mugged and drugged and all sorts, and I ended up naked in this building. So I got my shit back after I killed everyone, and it was like, oh yeah, leave the building. I'm like, oh, I've got the double jump ability. I'll just go out off the balcony, bearing in mind I'm 50, 60 floors up. So then I start thinking to myself, all right, I wonder how far around the building, like, can I parkour this? I started parkouring around the building, worked my way down a few levels, got about halfway down, and then I just walked through the building and fell through the entire game. But you know what the worst bit was? When I respawned, I was falling again.
Oh no.
So it brought me back, and I was continually falling forever and ever and ever. And then I found out, luckily, I could hold down. I think I held back and walked out of it. Either that or I reloaded it. But yeah, I managed to walk through a hole in a building because you're not supposed to get to this building ever naturally. And obviously I did it because I break every game I ever play. And yeah, I fell through Cyberpunk.
Wow. That's
Like, I don't even think it's on their like watch list of like what's going on. I just found this particular building. I could recreate it, no problem.
Found a glitch there, Sean.
No, I just
Found a glitch in the glitchiest game to be released.
I found a hole in a wall.
I
I don't think there's any way to do anything with it because you only fall so far, and then you just get ported back up to where you came from.
And then you fall again.
And then you go again. I'll have to see if I've still got the clip and send it through.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, definitely.
But do carry on. Sorry,
No,
I was like, I forgot I did that recently.
that was good. I want to see it. I really do want to see it.
I think I've got it.
Send it through if you find it.
Yeah, I'll have a look in the meantime. I can't remember if I kept it.
Okay, cool. There's just a couple of games that I wanted to mention bad levels for. The Lion King, Can't Wait to Be King level, with the roaring at the monkeys trying to switch them and they're being on the ostrich. It's just an absolute nightmare, knowing when to jump and double jump. Even using the rewind feature, I remembered how bad that level was, and it still took me quite a while to complete that ostrich part. And I only got lucky doing the monkey part because I thought I'd changed everything and been through this, like jumped up to this one monkey several times, but apparently I hadn't been to that monkey, I've been to a different monkey. It makes sense if you played the game, but yeah, it's just not a fun part of the level.
A lot of monkeys.
Monkeys everywhere.
Yeah. And kind of moving on from Rainbow Road, Mario 64 Rainbow Ride.
Yes.
That is a horrible level. You
I
have to
don't- I
stay
didn't-
on the magic carpet for the whole bloody thing. Well,
Yeah,
most-
moving levels in general is a thing. Like if then
Yeah.
there's a couple of stages on like Smash Bros where the levels constantly move,
Yeah.
Yes.
and it's like I don't want to die this way.
Yeah.
It's not how it's supposed to happen. And then the
yeah,
Rainbow Ride there gets you, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, Rainbow Ride, you get off the carpet for a couple of seconds, it starts flashing. You've got to jump on it again before it disappears. Because if it disappears,
He's full.
stuck.
Yeah.
you're just locked inside the level if you land on a platform and nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to speed run that level. I've been watching a few of I have watched in the past few of the videos, and they're really quite interesting of people of glitching that level. It's just amazing. And TikTok Clock.
Yep.
Which is a fun level. It's a really fun
It's
level.
a unique level. Yeah. I give it that.
Yeah, but just having an endless pit at the bottom of it just kind
Yeah.
of ruins it because you
One wrong move
exactly
and
you
ruined the
are
whole level.
very unlikely to land on a lower part of that level.
Yeah, because it's more around the outside, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I'm done for that. So, Mr. Quizman, who is Mr. Quizman this week?
Me.
Mr. Quizman is Mr. Quizman. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's getting
And
harder for me to think of things, I'm afraid.
No,
Because
we need to get on it a bit more, Chris, because we can't just leave it up to Sean every time.
He's the Quizman.
I don't mind, honestly. I'm just trying to. It's hard, but I feel like the format. It's hard to. I feel like if we were together as a group, we would be able to do different things.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense.
Like when you first did it with the sound clips,
Yeah.
it was really cool. But we can't keep doing that either.
No.
So trying to think of things. So this week we have just generic questions. Like the other weeks I was playing around with like little games within games, but I need to have a proper think. I was trying to think of some things.
It'd be cool to like, if obviously it won't work for the podcast, but if we could have done like an image of like a level and you have to say where it's from. Or
Yeah,
something
like
that.
if I could think of a better way to do like a picture-based one.
Yeah.
You could do that, but you'd need
but that
another
doesn't-
computer to do it with. You could have one of
Because
the
I could screen share,
Yeah.
but then it doesn't translate well to a video, like
Audio.
a podcast. Yeah, it doesn't translate very well to audio. so,
No, that's true.
It would be okay for the video one, but not for audio. Yeah.
I shall think on it a bit more, but for this week, I do have a thing.
Do we have a title?
Ah, yes. So the title is Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love that show.
I do too.
So, Chris, do you want to run the theme tune for us? And thank you to Tim from the 4 o'clock robots for this. Cool. Okay.
We can have a...
Woo!
I like when we
Shimmy, shimmy. Right, Mr. Sean Quizman Hammond, would you like to go ahead with what the quiz is for this week?
Yes. So, whose line is it anyway? This one's nice and simple. I need to know who quoted these lines.
Okay.
I just want to know who it is. Some of them are easy. Some of them, I tried to leave them like, it was hard to get a bunch without using repetitive franchises. So there's a couple of odd ones. There's a really odd one. And then there's just some fun ones because there's some fun ones.
Can I guess one of them? Is one of them, it's a me, Mario, and I think it's Mario.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, is there? I'm confused now.
There's always a point that I want to kick Chris out of the conversation.
Don't worry, I will get my just desserts on him.
Go on,
Okay.
then. Go on.
Right, yeah, nice and simple. I'm gonna read you the quote. I just need to know who it is. If you want to get some bonus points, you can tell me exactly what game it came from if you like.
Okay.
And there are a couple of quotes in here that are in a game, but not exactly from something. Like they might, if I remember correctly, one of them is like written. Did I use the one that was written on a wall somewhere? But it was I can't remember if I've used it. But I will cross that bridge with my answer, like when I tell you what the actual answer is. So let's start off with a nice easy one. It's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum.
Duke Nukem.
Which game?
Duke Nukem 3D, was it?
That's probably just all of them, isn't it?
I think he first said it in
Any of
Yeah. I reckon he just says it in like all of them in some way. But yes. So there you go. Look, nice and easy one.
Yay.
Yeah, like I said, some of these are very easy, and some of them are so obscure even I wouldn't get them.
To be fair, I knew that quote, but I didn't know where I knew it from.
I was far okay. But on Chris, you bailed him on that one.
Yeah.
The next one might be for Chris as well. But quote number 2: you were almost a Jill sandwich.
Oh, Resi.
Resi, yeah.
But who?
Oh, God.
Who says it?
Man, I can't think what his name is. Oh, God. It's Resi 1.
You're getting there. I actually did. I thought you'd just be like, no, it's straight away. Boom, done.
Is it Chris?
No.
No.
It's
I can't
somebody
remember
else.
who the
He's
one
not a
is.
main character. He didn't go. He wasn't in any others.
Oh, don't take it from him. He's a good lad.
No, I actually listened to a podcast the
Is
other
it
day.
Barry? Is he called Barry?
Yes, Barry.
Oh, well done,
Yes.
Chris.
Big hench Barry.
That's it.
Because he bails her out, doesn't he?
That's
Whereas
it.
you have to play shotgun shenanigans with what's his name. So
They changed that in either a remake or a different.
It was a remake. Yeah, it was the HD remake.
did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't remember what they changed it to, but it wasn't mentioning a Jill sandwich.
Oh, Jill sandwich sounds nice.
Mm.
Okay, quote number 3. It's a me, Mario.
No way!
So who do you think that is?
I think it's Sonic.
Oh,
Knew you were going to say
Mario.
you're wrong.
Fuck.
I told you I'd have my comeuppance. This is my red herring.
Who says that then?
Ezio's uncle in Assassin's Creed 2.
Who actually says that in the game?
Yeah. Yeah.
In what context?
His name is Mario.
Is it like that?
Yeah, but he says that. Yeah, I haven't watched the exact clip, but yeah, it's like one of the most famous ones, and it just was like, oh, they did that.
That's so cool. I like it.
Well done, Sean. That was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I'm so glad you preemptively tried to guess that. That made that question even sweeter. This one you might come slightly unstuck on. Do a barrel roll.
Oh, Peppy, Star Fox 64.
Oh, you got the exact one. Yes, I thought you might just like say Star Fox, but you've been playing
I've been playing it.
Well,
like,
it's
literally-
64 a lot. So
Lilac Wars. I knew that.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of experience with Star Fox. I only know Star Fox 64.
yeah, because there's Star Fox 2, there's Lilac Wars, and then you got Star Fox Adventures as well. So
they made a.
Oh, was that the Wii U one, wasn't it?
no,
Wii
that was
one.
GameCube.
Yes, that one. Yeah,
That was really good. I like that game.
What
was
was the
it underrated?
Really underrated, yeah. They've also released a 3D port of Star Fox 64 for 3DS. I didn't realise.
No, really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
they did
were.
with Ocarina. They basically just polished the graphics up.
Because so what I'm doing is I'm adding Star Fox 2 to my completion list as well, because it
Okay.
never got a real release, did it? Not really,
I never heard. Didn't know there was a.
No, me neither.
because it's the Super Nintendo
Yeah.
one again. But yeah, it was kind of one of them lost games.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So
Is
it's
it
now
is it on the Switch?
Yes, it's on the
thingamajig?
freebies, so to speak.
Oh, okay, it might be worth playing around with that.
To interrupt the quiz momentarily, you should have a look at the freebies section. There's some really interesting games on there. There's now, I think, it's like 50 or 60 NES games, but a bunch of the games
Wow.
have save states. You can
Okay.
start Metroid 1 with all the power-ups.
Yes, that's been on there for a while.
Yeah, and you can like start Zelda 2 with like
Everything.
everything as well.
Yeah.
So what? These are
What?
mad, but they're like officially licensed.
Yeah.
I guess like
It's
there's
it's-
three versions of Metroid 1. You can literally start the game. You can start the game with all the power-ups, or you can start the game at the Ridley fight.
They're like preloaded save.
They're
states.
preloaded. Yeah, there's a bunch of games like it as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's the same artwork, but I think it's got like blue writing or something, hasn't it?
A little red logo on it that says
Yeah.
SP or special or something, and then
Special
there's, like,
edition or something.
and then if
yeah.
you get another one, there's an SP2.
Yeah.
I had a look the other day
That's
because I was
insane.
looking through. Yeah, it's really cool, but it only appears to be on NES games at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's a
think
few
so.
weird games with extra bits, but
Hmm.
okay. To go back to the quiz, we've had our interlude. Quote number 5: "Time passes, people move, like a river's flow, it never ends."
Chic. Ocarina of Time.
I read that quite slow on purpose.
I've got it tattooed on my arm, so you should know that.
Damn it!
Is
I
that
was trying to
in,
get him with that.
Is that in the volcano?
No, that's in.
It's just out on the field, isn't it?
No, it's in Temple of Time. After you pull the Master Sword.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I just saw like a picture of it, and maybe someone just slapped the text on something else. But
Well done, Chris.
I'm not going to get that wrong. Let's face it.
Kind of was like, nah, you won't. But
Sorry that I was light up as soon as you said that.
part of me just wanted to see how quickly he would
That's
get it.
what,
That was
but
pretty
the,
quick.
the scroll on my arm is from that exact bit. The flow of time is always cruel.
Yeah, right. Number 6. This one might stump you both. Stay a while and listen.
Oh God, that's...
That sounds familiar.
If you've played this game, you will have heard this quote hundreds of times.
I feel like I know
Ben
it. but I
probably
don't.
hasn't played this game though.
in all fairness, probably not.
He's still playing Battlefield 19 something.
42.
Yeah.
I'm playing Battlefield 1 now, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Which was the original?
This is a PC game.
Oh God, no. I've only ever played like Red Alert and like Theme Hospital.
Would you like another hint?
Yeah,
It's a PC game from Blizzard.
that's not helped me.
No.
Maybe- The only thing I'm thinking is World of Warcraft. If you say Blizzard,
Okay, it is the second in its franchise.
World of Warcraft 2.
I probably
I'm
would.
afraid that's not a game
Damn! Why not?
because I'm just not. Would you like to pass on that one?
Ben?
Yeah,
Oh.
of course. I'm not going to know any of these.
Nah, that one's a bit of a mean one, but I just thought if you knew it, you like straight away would know it. That is from Deckard Cain in Diablo 2. So
Yeah, I've
Deckard
never-
Cain is the guy that identifies your items and some various other quest giving bits. But literally, like every time you talk to him, he just says, "Stay a while and listen."
Kind of makes me wonder if you're going to have what you buying on here.
Yeah.
No,
Damn it, that's the only one I would have got.
What you buying, stranger?
no, you've already had a Resi one.
That sells for a high price.
Okay. So on to number 7. Courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Educate us, Mr. Sean.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I don't know Breath of the Wild ones.
Oh,
I know who says it. I know who says it, actually. It's the bird guy.
Bird
Oh.
guy.
I remember. I can't think of his name, but he plays a thing that what are they called?
A seatbelt.
Moving swiftly on.
Chris was imitating putting on a seatbelt in an airplane.
No, I wasn't.
Or
It's-
pulling a bag of Doritos open, or
Yeah,
playing
yeah, a giant bat.
harpsichord or whatever it is, or
Like that. Yeah, you squeeze them and the air comes out,
a balloon.
and they've got a piano on the edge.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that.
Yeah, the Weird Al instrument. I can't remember what it is now. What the
Yeah,
hell?
why? Accordion.
No,
That's the one.
accordion.
Thank
That's
you.
it. He's playing an accordion. That's it.
Right. We will move on to number 8. Nice
What
and
was
simple,
his
this
name
one.
anyway? Do you know, Sean?
Oh, no, I didn't write that bit down.
Oh,
no.
okay, no.
I thought Chris was going to get it. I was like, he's going to get it. And I was like, you'll teach me.
I'm not up to it with Breath of the Wild.
I just thought you would. So I chose like a slightly more obscure one. And it turns out it was really good enough to get you.
Yeah, well done.
The next one you've probably both heard. I've never played this game, which is a bit of a blasphemy. I might have to put it on my list. But quote number 8 is, "The cake is a lie."
Cake is a lie.
That is not the speedy response I expected. Because even I know where this is from, and I've never played the game.
That sounds so familiar.
Cake is a lie. That does sound familiar.
God. Nah.
I'm going to kick myself for this.
I'll kick
You probably will.
I'm
Are we?
I'm
I'm
done.
wanting
I
to
don't
say
know.
like Minecraft or something. I don't know.
What? No, it wouldn't be Minecraft.
Oh
Ugh.
shit! I do know it. I just can't. I recognise it. I just can't think where it's from. No, I
Everybody
can't.
have a-
I
use
don't
this-
really.
It's
I
like,
can
you
give you.
idiots.
Shall I just give you the answer? Because I don't think I can really give you a hint.
Yeah.
I'm not very good. I don't think I'd be very good at hinting for this one. I just thought you'd get it. That one is from Portal.
Oh, I've never played Portal.
Me neither.
You never heard the cake is a lie?
I must have heard
Must
it.
have come across it. Oh,
I've been watching quite a few Portal videos recently. I've been wanting to play it for ages, but it's still quite expensive.
do you know? I never really looked at it like that. Like I was just. There's loads of really really cool lines.
Yeah.
Like within that game.
I'm going to send you a link to my favorite podcast, Factory Seal Podcast, who did a version of the song from the end credits. And I will send you a link to it because it's absolutely amazingly hilarious. And I'll put it in the show notes as well.
Cool.
Just a
Yeah.
side note there.
But yes, the cake is a lie. There's memes of this thing going around.
That's probably where I've seen it then, because I recognise it, but I've never
Yeah,
played the game.
I just thought you'd know.
Cake.
Yeah, it is a lie though. It's always a lie.
Oh.
And now for the last 2, we're going to get more obscure as they go in.
Yay.
But I like these ones. They sound really cool. That's my basis. Okay, they sound great, and if you get them, brownie points. Number 9. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
Sorry,
This
can
is-
you repeat that?
It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield. This is from a PlayStation 1 game. I'm going to get straight in there with a hint.
I don't know any battle war games from PS1.
So that is probably part of it, where it gives sort of tries to lead you off the scent
because
because it's not like a war game, not like a Battlefield game.
Is it like God of War?
No, but it is about like, I guess, war in a way, but not. The game's single player, story driven.
like Rainbow Six or something.
Not quite. I'm trying to think of a decent hint.
I don't think we're going to get it.
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean,
we're
any
gonna get
hint,
it.
any hints I'm thinking of right now will completely spoil it. So that one is from Metal Gear Solid.
Never got into it.
Did you not?
No, me neither.
Oh no! See, I thought one of you guys might have played it.
No.
I played the first one a bit, but not much.
That was from that one, yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. Because I like the immediate one to go to for that was just to go snake, snake, snake. But then obviously everyone and their mum would get that right. And then some of the other ones became a little bit more
Snake.
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 Snake. Clip that.
Another one for my samples box.
Snake. I'm a snake. I'll provide some further entertainment.
Oh, that meme of I'm a snake pisses Michelle off so much. It's so funny.
Oh, fantastic! Now you've
Right.
got me on record.
Oh god. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on an MP3 player, and now I actually bought us some Bluetooth headphones. I'm gonna send it through a headphone.
On repeat. So the last one, if either of you get it, will be brilliant, because it's from a really cool game. But it's quite an old game now. They were teasing a lot about having a sequel, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. Number 10. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. The clue is in the words.
Donkey Kong.
With it being written.
Was he right with Donkey Kong?
I couldn't be further from right.
No, you're not right.
Can we have a console?
PS3.
Oh,
So I presume 360 as well, yes. So it should be 360 PS3. The game is about a writer. Hence the lives are already written, changing the script.
Don't know.
I don't really know that era.
The game's name is the person's name.
What does it begin with?
What's
the first three letters?
The first, no, because it's only a 4-letter name. Both of the names, the first and last, are 4 letters apiece.
Well, if we know 3 of the letters, we might get it.
The first letter is the same as the third letter. You can have that. It's A.
Adam.
No.
No.
Asia.
What? Can you spell?
You can't count more accurately. It's A something.
Oh, okay. You had 2 A's in it. I didn't know it was a...
I said the first and third letter were the same. And then I said that the first one was
What?
A.
Alan?
Yes.
Alan Davies.
Alan Wake.
Yes.
I got it.
Alan Wake.
I can't believe we had to have that many clues.
I enjoyed helping now.
Hey, I got it right. Don't matter. Don't matter how we got
Sorry
there.
to anybody listening to this that got all those answers right.
I actually want to know if anyone gets them like before, like you guys got given them, because I found that these quotes were either very easy or very difficult.
I loved the game.
And then I was like, oh, I love the Alan Wake quote just because it's a bit fun. Like it was cool to read it. So
I had no idea that game was even about a writer.
He's a writer, isn't he?
oh, God,
It's not what Sean just said.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's why I said I didn't know it was about a writer.
Next week I won't be here. I've had a notice. Oh,
You've fallen out of a 50-story building.
I haven't even got the brain capacity to fall out of a building right now. I've lost it.
Yay, Chris, we brought him down to our level.
Hey.
Welcome
Send
to help.
Send so much help. Right, you got me on that one. But yes, there you go. You didn't
Thank
do
you,
too
Mr.
bad,
Cushman.
actually.
That
You
was
did.
really good.
So what did you get? Like 1, 2. You
See, I
missed
don't like-
you missed the Mario one.
I don't like the fact that Sean keeps score.
You got like what, 5 or 6 maybe?
Chris did.
Well, I
Five.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't. I was trying to put some Sonic quotes in and some Mario ones, but
probably
they're
wouldn't
just
have got them
so,
anyway.
Sonic
they're so specific.
Or they'd just be like, of him
Well,
falling.
no, it's just him going, "Gotta go fast." Well, who else is that going to be? And all of Tails' quotes is like him going, Sonic is this or Sonic is that." And I'm like, well, that gives that away. And then like all the Mario ones are just the same. Again, it just doesn't bleed too much. And then there were some incredibly, like, really vague ones. Like one of them is like war never changes, and I'm like, well, that could be anything.
Yeah.
Turns out it's like Fallout 3,
Ugh.
and I'm like, but is that even real, or if someone made that up, I wouldn't be able to tell.
There's
It would
probably
just like,
several,
it came
games
from
as well.
here.
Yeah.
And a lot of the games like that I was finding quotes from, it often tends to be first-person shooters that are very quotatious.
Mm.
Did I make another word up?
I don't care. That's such a good word. that one I don't mind.
Yes. Overly using of quotes makes you quotatious.
It's like flirtatious and quoting.
Yeah, I'm only good at one of those things. I'll let you decide.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
But yes, I'm done. That's it. That's the quiz. You did all right.
Well done, dude.
Go have some cake. Not a lie.
The cake's a lie.
I need cake.
Oh, I need cake now.
Damn it, Sean. Awesome. So thank you for joining us on another episode of Got Any More Pixels. God knows what we'll be rabbiting on about next week and what fun news we'll find and whether we'll find a cake. But we will join you again next week, guys. Take care and stay safe. Bye.
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 Yeah, we'll leave it up in the air as to what the hell we're talking about next week.
We'll decide
bring
about
cake.
a day before we record again.
Yeah, exactly. About cake. Yeah.
Just bring cake.
Oh dear.
Mario Party. Yeah, as a cake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like, party games in general wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. It's not just Mario Party. Like, you can play Viva Pinata and stuff.
Pokemon
Yeah,
Stadium.
and like the Wii Play. and all that
Maybe
sort
I
of
just
shit.
want to talk about Viva Pinata a lot. And maybe I just want to sing the theme tune. That's
Sing
a
the
difference.
theme-
That's a difference.
Gotta
Segment.
write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Write the theme tune.
Party games sounds good. Is that specifically party games or party games within normal games as well?
I would say games you're more likely to play at like a gathering, like in that
Yeah.
aspect, because then you can like again you could shoehorn like Guitar Hero and Rock Band in if you wanted, or
Yeah.
Micro Machines or something like that. Like silly Smash Bros could fall into the category.
Best multiplayer games.
Maybe
Or
it is just
favorite
like
favorite multiplayer games, or
games for gatherings or something like that. You know.
yeah, that's a cool. Yeah, that's
Great
cool.
time to talk about it when we're all socially distant.
Yeah, because we can then complain about how we can't do it.
It's like, I remember playing these games back in the day.
Back in
God
my day,
knows
we
if
used to
they're any
share a
good now.
controller.
Oh God, no, we used to lick them.
Yeah, no, you'd be like, you play with the controls and I'll play with the shooting buttons, and you see how far that fucks up.
Oh, you can have the really shit third-party controller.
Yeah.
I actually had one. I think it was a Trident N64 controller, and I had to chuck it away like last year. I think it was because it was really sticky controller. Anything you put near it would just stick to it, and the R button didn't work.
Was it made out of like
Oh, I don't know.
slime?
It's silicon, and it just
It was
rotted away.
just a plug of a thing, and we called it the poo pad. And
I think I seen it. I think I remember you.
Was it
I
crawling
probably-
towards you?
out of someone's butt.
It's cordyceps has come with your brain.
Because the R button didn't work, and because I was obsessed with GoldenEye back in the day, so I was actually relatively good at it, I'd have to play with the poo pad when playing with other people, so you could only use the C buttons to aim.
Oh bloody hell!
Yeah, but that was a horrible controller, and I'm glad I'm rid of it now.
It's got some memories attached to it.
And poo and fluff and all sorts of stuff. Hey, that rhymes slightly. Right, party games or multiplayer games? Are we kind of generalizing it like that?
Think
Yeah, I mean,
multiplayer gives us
again,
a
I
way
will
of-
think of other things.
I like those ideas though. They're really, really good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like other party games I used to play. Because like we could then
Rabbids are good games. The Rabbid
Oh,
games.
see, I haven't played them, but for me, that could even link up to like what you were saying earlier about playing multiplayer, like Fantasy Star and stuff, like having people on the couch to game, like
Oh,
Crystal Chronicles and Four Swords and
Four Swords, yeah.
Mm.
Used to play a lot of that with the SP.
I used to play this really old PlayStation 1 game called Blazing Blade,
Okay.
which you would have never heard of. It's a 4-player like RPG that you just ran around like chopping stuff up. Very, very weird. If you looked at it, you'd be like, I've never heard of this game in my life. But yeah, like couch games would be cool.
Yeah, I'd definitely bring up like Jet Force Gemini because that multiplayer with the teddies had nothing to do with the single player at all.
Yeah.
And then you get like Mario Kart with the balloons.
Because I've had like plenty of like gaming sessions and like gatherings and whatnot. The amount of like rock band parties I've had is insane.
I'm kind of
And you-
jealous that I didn't know you back in the day when you had those.
That used to be every New Year's Eve.
That's awesome.
Oh, what
used
way
to-
to do New Year? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
it. We made our own playlist. You know, just played into the new year.
Amazing.
Yeah. 10 odd years ago, easily now though.
Damn.
10, 12 years.
Cool. Yeah, I love. We'll go with that idea.
Maybe we'll do it this year.
Hopefully, that would be cool.
That'd be a cool one, yeah.
But that's just the thing, like having everyone around for a gathering and then like people can drink and whatnot and some people can game and you can have music and stuff. It just adds another like layer to it.
Yeah.
It was good fun
Mm,
and no pressure to play. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Chris, you want to do a sound clip for that, or do we want to do one now?
You can do one now if you want. It'll save me adding it.
Yeah, true. So, are we we just going for multiplayer games, or are we going for a party game?
I think multiplayer it gives us a wider spectrum.
Yeah,
doesn't
should we
it?
be like couch based gaming, like physical multiplayer
Yeah.
rather than just this online stuff?
Cool. Yeah, sounds good.
That's a bit retro as well, isn't it?
Mm.
Fits
Yeah.
the theme because it's retro now to game on the same couch as someone.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So next week, keeping with the old school feel of this podcast, hopefully, we are going to be talking about couch co-op games, the best ones we've played and the best ones we've heard about, the ones we remember playing back in the day, and hopefully that will not be too long before we're all in the same room again and can do this kind of shit, because I miss playing like Goldeneye and all that kind of stuff. And Mario Kart. Freaking love
Yes.
Mario Kart. To be fair, you probably social distance with Mario Kart on the Wii at least at the moment, because you wouldn't have to be anywhere near it.
It's just not the same though.
It's not.
If I'm not on the same couch as you,
Yeah.
bashing your shoulder,
That's the
I'm
one.
not playing multiplayer.
That's the one thing I don't like about us if we play it on Switch is that I can't watch your reaction when a blue shell hits you.
That is literally, yeah.
Oh, and
I miss couch gaming.
swan necking as well over like Goldeneye levels.
Yeah, seeing where the other
Exactly
people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you turn the radar off in multiplayer and then just hide in a corner looking at the wall.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, join us again for next week and we shall speak to you then. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hopefully you can fit that in. I think it will fit in.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I'll crop off the original bye and then I'll
Yeah.
put that in and that'll work well. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Mr. Chris.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Sean.
No worries.
It's been awesome. Is the other podcast ready to roll? The previous-
Yeah, it's up. It's just as long as you guys are happy with it.
Have you listened to it, Sean?
No, not yet.
Did you
I'm
want
probably
to?
gonna. Yeah. Well, I don't. I mean, I trust you if it's good, but I probably will have a listen.
Cool.
Probably wouldn't be till the morning, to be honest.
Oh no, that's fine. I was going to put
Yeah,
that
it's fine.
tomorrow night anyway. So
Yeah.
What was this
when
one
it's up,
called?
I'll start sharing it out.
It
So.
was, Bad Mechanics
that mechanics and levels.
Levels.
Oh, you got a loud keyboard.
Yes, mechanical.
Yeah. Could tell that. The clickety
It's my gaming one.
the
Fair
clickety
enough.
clack of the gaming keyboard.
I don't know why that was so funny.
You're
I think
tired?
It's probably the words clickety clack.
There we are. It must have been. Cool.
Cool. Right, guys. Send
Yeah.
it over as usual and I'll work on that
Awesome.
some point.
Yep.
You've got a week. So
Yeah.
I'll push it over in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it tomorrow or the next day.
cool.
Alrighty.
All right
Speak to you
then.
later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch you later.